Hope everyone's doing well. I forgot I did move my webcam, so that's gonna be interesting. Don't really have the best spot. We'll do that. We'll move that out of the way. All right. Hope everyone's doing great. All right. Let's jump into Akai leagues before it's too late. It might be too late, but we will see. And then we'll fix the audio as we go. So, oh boy, the old setup feels new again. They are in the battle right now. Today's password 0717. No, it's not 0517. I'm sorry. Alright, are we in the middle of league battle? What the heck? My bad. Okay. Yay, we made it in time. We got Jimmy Claymore in here. Wonderful. We're in warm-up, so we might be in time for the second league battle. Let's double check. Again, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to check my volume here. See if I can designate my audio's going to go too. Alright, got Dr. Hugbox versus Parabellum Joe. So we're going to check our audio on the screen then. If that's the case, I'm going to put Akai on the other one.
Round one. Ready, go!
Stream manager. Let's check our audio. Okay, I need to be louder. Okay, talking more into the mic now. Okay, I need to be louder. Okay, talking more. All right, good. All right, we're live. All right, so welcome. Today is May 17th, 2025. We are in the Akai Leagues on the Saturday Steam Akai Leagues. The information should be on your screen. Yep, I see it very nice and clear there with the passcode. And I hope everyone's doing really, really well. I'm a little lost because I just finished getting the family ready for lunch and everything. We had a nice lunch. We had traditional Chinese food, actually. There's a new restaurant near us. Well, not so new. It's been open for about a year and a half. They do a really great job, though. It's very authentic Chinese. Very much the regional styles when I went there. But, yeah. Hey, good to see you, Noodle. Hey, I'm doing good, Just glad that I can make it into a league battle today. Let's see. Dandy J's in here, wonderful. Who am I set to? Am I actually on? I am on Leon, good. We got the Rock Reaper, excellent. Dr. Hugbox, Parabellum Joe, Dandy J, who I don't think I've ever fought Dandy J. If I did, it was probably during Vanilla. Jimmy Claymore, 2 Scoops of Face, Poke Suzuki, and Noodle. And we got Dodo of Lump, 50 IQ, who I've not fought before. We got Whitmer, who's also Phaser Cat Gaming. And then we got Matthew, and we got XTN, the Rock Reaper. Such a good lineup. This is awesome. So again, I hope everyone's been having a great time. I don't know how I'm going to feel playing on my normal setup. I've been working on a build, on a new build, just trying different settings out and new switches. Just trying to find this build. I have an idea of where the build's ultimately going to be on the lever, but it's been fun working on it. But right now I'm playing on my usual but it's just that it's going to feel a little different to me after having been playtesting on a prototype. So Dodo is Noodle's real friend from Tekken. Awesome. They've been learning VF together. Awesome, and they are really good. I'm happy to hear that. Very happy to hear that. Thank you very much. You having a friend to play VF with is also super amazing. Always the best. And wonderful for you both to apply both your Tekken skills, but also learning skills that are maybe approaches that are more unique to VF, or at least more rewarded in VF and then less rewarded in Tekken. And you guys have been doing awesome with that. At least you have been. I haven't fought how Dodo of Love plays. I haven't seen them play yet. Alright, yeah, I do like Parabellum Joe on Akai stream said that I dig Dandy J's Kage costume. I have to say I agree. It looks really, really good. Very nice. Well, that's K plus GP. Now this was interesting, right? They low punch interrupted the 9K plus G, so 9K plus G looks like it definitely requires some amount. It looked like 9K plus G to me, but like usually it requires some. I guess it requires some amount of frames before it's actually hopping. So if you have enough advantage, then it can't crush lows, but it just needs a certain amount of frames. I'll have to test that myself. I always thought it was frame 1, but it doesn't look like it is. But yeah, how's everyone's VF treating them this week? Are you guys been having fun playing? I've been having a lot of fun playing, but I've been more kind of in a relaxed rest mode, but also just working on work stuff. So I haven't played much VF this week at all. Some people might know that on Tuesday, I don't think I played. Did I play? Can't remember if I played. But anyhow, yeah. I don't think I played on Tuesday night. I just think I just supervised league battles. Can't remember. This is a very exciting battle between Hugbox and Dandy J. Very, very nice. I'm gonna hit a 1-minute ad right now, and then we'll be right back. But some of you will see. Oh, okay. It did run a commercial. Right there. Yay. Alright, here we are into the league battle. This will be excellent. Let's see how everyone plays. I'm very cold. I played last night though, but I played on that new setup. Alright. It's all good clinching that last place. It's all good. You're doing the reps. You are getting stronger. Keep it up. Alright, XTN, let's see how this goes.
Ready, go! Round 2. Ready, go!
I missed a diagonal. It's a common one to miss though because of the inputs going into it.
Ready, go!
Alright, good game XTN. Good game. I tried to give you a real hard time, and I tried to just play super solid is what I tried to do there. At least by Chai standards. I'm still going to bar it places, but I was working on really trying to play very solid there. Hey, Baba. Jimmy's definitely going to show you a thing or two. Jimmy is amazing at that. Definitely watch the way now Jimmy plays with very solid defense and good counter attacking, which is super important. I think as a Sarah player, your defense has to be good. If you have good defense, and it doesn't mean you're turtling, it means that you're actively defending when you're really vulnerable, but at the same time attacking when your opponent has like gaps or when they're at disadvantage. Using your advantage with attack is part of defense in this game. If you just told guard you're in trouble, but always attacking does risk like that you're attacking without having the frame advantage to secure it, so you can get blown up. Dr. Hookbox.
Ready, go!
Very good. Very good.
Ring out!
Also, let me know how the mic is. Sometimes I don't realize how it is when during play. Very good. All right. Thank you for the battle, Dr. Hugbox. All right, I'm really glad to hear that, King Lee. Thank you very much for the feedback. Also, Baba Ba says, I've been experimenting on Taka's armor moves recently. It's a good idea. XDN has been using that chop to really good effect, but the thing is, the chop is really good when they like to punch. The big threat, the big armor mode, is good when they like to do single point fighting, when they're using a single move, right? When they use strings, you can run into trouble, so you can get chipped too. So armor moves are good, but just understand the context, like what is your opponent doing. If they're playing move by move, which is very common at intermediate and advanced level, and high level too, very, very common, because in high level you don't want to overcommit, right? Then these armor attacks are very strong. Where they tend to be weak, well, the chop is weak if they start switching to kicks. If their character has fast kicks and they start using frame advantage to secure the kicks, then that's where the chop is going to have trouble. And then the big armor stance, that one works really well when they're playing single move VF, which is very common VF. It is really fundamental, strong VF to play single move VF. But yeah, so let's talk about that. Noodle says they hate that damn chop, and this would make a lot of sense. Noodle likes to confirm hits. Noodle likes to play keep away, and they like to play whiff punish. Okay, well now whiff punish, that's gonna give trouble to the armor if it knows how, and the chop if it knows how. But it's the keep away. That armor is very good at stopping keep away. So why? Because keep away is usually a single attack that pushes somebody, or just like stuffs other attacks. But this chop is like says, no, I'll take it and hit you, and that's why the chop is very good, especially against Jackie. Yeah, but then again, the kicks are really good. Suddenly you switch 6K and that chop is dead. Good. Oh, it could be a better punish. So Kusano does need to work on like low punish. That's something. That's like a theme right now. All right. So they're using short moves, and so because of that, I felt I can do like I felt I can do backdash, right? I can do 4-4K. More importantly, if I needed to, because I'm not feeling the threat of like the side kick, you know, or the 6-6P. The 6-6P actually threatens that too. Very good. Very good. This is how we craft a win condition. It is risky though. So this is, I'm actually doing a slow thing. So, but you don't want to mash. You just want to target, just kind of have envision that that's my win, that I'm going for that win condition. And I always remember that with Jean, I have to keep learning the Jean combo because his falling property there causes this traditional combo to whiff. So I need to practice specific Jean combos whenever I do the 6-6B. Good game, Kusano. So this is definitely a training mode thing. In training mode, you want to practice punishing lows. Punish them on evade, but especially punish them on guard. Because it's something that's not natural to do in match play. It's something you got to practice in training mode, and it's really important for Jean. And Jean's low punish is good. It's really good. So keep it up. All right. Yeah. So, okay, so two scoops to faces. Watch out for the low hit throw when you fight Jimmy. So this is the Flamingo 2K. Flamingo 2K is really, really important for Sarah, right? Because it mixes up really well with Flamingo 6K. If she's got +4, 6K secure against most characters, but not against the 11 frame jabs, and not against Vanessa's uppercut, and not against Sarah's 4-4P. That said, 4-4P is hard to buffer. You have to buffer the 4-4 before the input buffer, just so that the 4-4P doesn't become a backdash 4-4P. And so, Sarah, that's harder. But this is the thing: character like Leon, if they do like 4K and I block it, and they want to play 6K versus 2K, I can jab and beat both options. But that's why Sarah does stuff like the extra sidestep kick to punish that jab. So there's other. So it just changes the mind game.
Ready, go!
All right, nice. Got out hit in the neutral there. All right, with Pi, weird float property means that I have to be very careful. All right, I didn't buffer that as well as I'd liked. All right, I got lucky with this one, but they did do a high kick, and this is why. So the high kick lost to that.
Ready, go!
All right. Very good. Okay. Again, crafting our win condition, training you to watch for my win conditions.
Ready, go!
So you're not too safe when you run away. Very good. Good defense. Alright, I messed that up. And this is the EX high trap, right? Leon's got this trap here. So what do you do against EX high, especially one that's like predictable because it's got a string leading into an EX high? When you learn where that EX high is, you want to practice crouching under it and just kind of just doing a crouch guard, just long enough to cover it. And then if they happen to do it, then you want to practice with punishing it. You cannot try to interrupt it. You can't see a frame and hit a button. You got to make sure it whiffs over you. And once it whiffs over you, you punish it. You can throw. At first, if you're not used to punishing yet, you can throw after ducking under an EX high, and then you can work your way up towards solid punishment that cannot be stopped. But keep it up. I'm looking forward to fighting Dodo. I have no idea what to expect against Dodo. It's going to be very terrifying. Sorry, I'll speak more into the mic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting Dodo. I have no clue what to expect. Yeah, today got side angle. I got like a mount, or not a mount. I got like a stand for the webcam, and trying different positions, but it's still kind of a weird position today. So yeah, but it looks like you guys like the side angle, Chanchai. Let me change this angle a little bit though. See how that goes. Yeah, 2P plus K4 is really, really good. It does have some risks to it, but it's really, really good. Oh, all right. So Setsuna Reaper, this is awesome. Setsuna always has my number pretty good. We're not gonna get to watch this replay. That sucks. It is showing on Akai stream though. It is showing on Akai stream. Just not on my stream because we didn't have the best of connections, I guess. Though I fight these two regularly, and I like our connection. So it is a very exciting battle, and it can go back and forth between these two, just like it can go back and forth between me and any of these two. I think Reaper is in the position that's leading on the Steam charts, on Steam Akai leagues. I haven't been able to play as much, but you know what? All three of us have had times where we couldn't play for the weekend. So we'll see. But usually I can only do about two 2 league battles on Saturdays because I take my son to music class in the morning, and then I usually pick up lunch for family, and sometimes it means having lunch with them. Calamity's in here, awesome. Happy to have Calamity here. All right, so let's catch up on chat then, even though that match is exciting to watch. So Nala said, hopefully VF never gets Tekken style armor moves. Well, we do have armor style moves. We just don't have a ton of them. But yeah, not as universal. They are good, and they're good to counterplay against. So it's like Sabaki's, you know? Sabaki's are good, but they're very counterable. And so Sabaki's are very narrow read. Same with armor moves. They're a very narrow read. And King Lee, we talked about the 2P plus K, like Leon's low swipe into back turn into his back turn game, and 8P plus K is a way to run away. It's really good. It's a nice safe way. It's not the most safe thing, but it's very safe against what most people would try to do. And if they try to do something to beat the rushing uppercut running away, you can then punish them really big. You could really predict that and punish them. Leon's back turn kick is like a combo starter, and it's really fast. It's like 11 frames. Yeah, it is a better. Well, I'm not going to talk about better design, but I like the design in VF. I like the design on its counter options. I like how it fits into its system. Yeah, Leon's back turn kick, like, so just remember that, like, when an opponent's back turn, they may have a kick that's faster than a jab, you know, than like a 2P. So it's really fast. That's why it gets everyone, right? It gets everyone because they decide to do a standing attack. And I happen to predict that they were going to do it. Generally, if you want to stop Leon's back turn games, you just low punch. Just a single low punch. He can't really punish the low punch. He can, but he can do some stuff with it. Like I have hopped over the low, like backwards hopped over the low punch and then forced a guessing game there. But he doesn't really have guaranteed I'll destroy you for trying to low punch type of options. So usually low punching is really good. I haven't tested in Revo, but in Final Showdown, Pai's low punch was the only thing that would kind of whiff. All right, Matthew, here we go. Let's do this.
Round one. Ready, go!
Nice. Good options. Good. Good. I see what they're going for. Excellent. Very good. So here's the thing. They're doing jab into 3P plus K, right? And this is punishing me for evading into attack without confirming what I evade. Very good. Very good. So we got to be very careful because Matthew is playing with very targeted reads.
Ready, go! Ring out! Round four. Ready, go!
All right, good game, Matthew. That was really, really fun. Good game. All right, so Leon can back turn off. Yeah, Leon can combo off of back turn K. If you watch enough of my battles, you'll see that I do it a lot. So, but yeah, he can do it. He can do jab into bound into 6PP as an easy combo, and then you can customize the finisher based on what the opponent's character is. So, back turn K is really, really strong, and also back turn K will splat people at the wall too. So it's really important to know. Now it's a high, so that's why it's not overused, right? You have to specifically predict that they're going to try to attack you. All right, let's see here. All right, here we go. I'm really glad you're enjoying Leon, Nala. That's awesome. Leon is so much fun to play. You always have options. Now, there are downsides, but he doesn't get like free damage, but he can construct damage really well. And so he has a lot of stuff. If you can read, it's wonderful. But if you like setting stuff up, it's wonderful too. He has all kinds of tools. I love it. Very good. Nice. Oh, that would have been better if you could punish, but that's okay. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there.
Round 2. Ready, go!
I should just 4K that. Very nice double evade. And you did the throw, which was a good way to punish. Nice, I didn't expect this throw. Alright, I am trying to control you with attacks, by the way. Trying to test your defense, right? Alright, good game, 2 scoops of face. Good game. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to secure the frames I have, either by guarding you or hitting you, or seeing you whiff. And then with that frame advantage, I'm throwing in an attack there to see if you're going to defend it. Yeah, and so that's what I mean by testing your defense, right? But keep it up. There's a lot of good stuff that I saw in there. But the main thing was just basically you're attacking a little bit when it's a little bit dangerous to do so, and it doesn't mean I want you to stop attacking. I want you to keep attacking. I just want you to keep fine-tuning where is that risky and where it's not, and then where should I be guarding. Guarding happens so fast in this game, like really fast, because you only need to guard for like a split second, right? So it's just making sure you're guarding in those split seconds, you know, guard throw escape, guard throw escape. As you improve that, your opponent won't be able to crack you. It'll be harder and harder for them to crack you. You got to make them work to crack you. And being afraid of the lows is actually kind of bad here, because you actually want to, even if they hit you with the low, if they just normal hit you and chip you, it's okay.
Ready, go!
All right, he's playing. I was wondering. Very good. He's just standing still. Got it. Alright. So this is good. So right now Setsuna is insistent on not feeding me information. It's good. It's good.
Ready, go!
Yeah, that's asking for it. I didn't expect that. I should have just done a mid here. I should just do a mid, but he did do a evade, which was good.
Ready, go! Round 4. Ready, go!
I thought I blocked it. I really thought I blocked mid, but I went down mid. That's bad. That's it. Good game. Good game, good game. So I like what Setsuna's doing. He's just trying to not do anything and then respond to me. And it worked. It worked. A lot of time he just did nothing. And it's really strong because he knows I'm trying to watch. And he's just like, I'm just not going to do anything. And if you make a mistake at range, I'll hit you. And he did. So that was a really good game. It worked against me very well. Just, yeah. And then he crushed certain things, right? He did crush certain things. So I actually haven't seen him use 1P against me in a long time. And then he used it a lot today. Not a lot. He used it maybe like 4 times, but they all hit. And then I think the one that surprised me was there was a string he did that it surprised me that it got through my offense. So I was really surprised by it. So I just got to get used to that. But that was really fun battle. Really good, thoughtful battle.
Ready, go! Excellent!
All right.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Very good 3P. Very good. I thought I screwed up this input actually. I wanted to do this because I didn't want to break the wall.
Ready, go!
Good, he knows. Alright. Good game, Dan DJ. Good game. Him trying to crush here was kind of the weak point. He should have just done a mid. Let me see. I can't remember what it looked like actually. I think I set him up actually. So mid might have lost. So I think that's why he did that. Okay. That was smart actually, but it worked. But my move worked out. Good game, Dan DJ. Good game. Okay, Springlock says, Chanchai, how do you fight against a player that is constantly rotating buffered +5 interactions deep flowchart? It's so unfun to play against. There is no move to move interaction. So the problem is when what's happening is you're trying too hard to play on the guess here. It sounds like you're trying to play too much on the guess. The truth is somebody is rotating stuff that's like +5 interactions, which there aren't that many, right? Or 5+ interaction deep flowcharts. Rotate in the flowchart. Oh, okay. This depends on what the flowchart is. Okay, at the end of the day, yeah, so this is kind of a guess. Usually in VF there's multiple answers to everything though. And I'm going to stress this because I can't, without detailed knowledge of what you're fighting against, I can't give you a detailed answer. I can tell you though that every single option your opponent doesn't just have one answer. It's got multiple answers. So figuring what that is hard. But the point earlier I was going to make about that you're guessing too much, then this might not be true in this situation when I reread what you said. But the point of what I was trying to say is, like, let's say they're doing a safe flowchart where they're just constantly pushing you at like small advantage for them, small disadvantage for you. A lot of times backdash is a really good option. Like, it really is. If their move pushes you slightly, suddenly backdash becomes a great option and will blow up a lot of their flowcharting. Unless, you know, until they start using sidekicks, you know, so stuff like that. But again, it really depends on the way your opponent's playing. There is a lot of stuff going on in there, but in VF there's always multiple answers for each little thing you're dealing with. All right, Stars, good to see you here. Let's see. Okay, looks like they're working on the move list here. Okay. They know stuff though, which is really good. They know a lot of strings, right? So they know a lot of strings, and but they're not sure what to do yet. And that's what I'm trying to watch to see what they want to do. So here, because I did backdash evade and made sure I didn't attack during one of those string parts until I saw a vulnerability, that's when it was good there, right? And they're using offensive move, so this is interesting. So they do study. Good. Very good. So here I did use a high crush. This move crushes high, right? So this move, the 4P crushes high. So they're using too many strings right now. That's kind of the downside. And so I feel like that they're probably used to playing other fighting games, just not, like they're learning VF, and they show some execution skills. Their machine might be having some hiccups here, and that's okay. I can deal, but basically they're using their reliance on the strings is a tell for me, right? And the fact that I could low punch them, right? That like the weakness to strings is low punch. Low punch is a funny thing. It's so strong at at all levels of play. The takeaway is that strings, they're bad at, they become worse, not bad, but they become worse at intermediate level because people know how to use low punch. And then they become they're still kind of worse a little after that, but then when you get to advanced and high level, strings become really, really good. Why? Because you learn how to, like, the opponent's going to start trying to punish the string in very intricate ways that are really, like, really powerful. So if you just did the string, they would punish you. They'd blow you up. So then you kind of delay the string and you start mixing in stuff to say, hey, I do mix up here. Suddenly the string becomes a powerful mix-up tool. It's really nuts. Beginner level, it's not a mix-up tool at all, except the most crude ways. But then intermediate, it has trouble because low punch. And then after that, it becomes really powerful when people start wanting to do bigger reward stuff. All right. There you go. So we're playing very slow, careful VF right now. Reaper is a really strong opponent, and it's important to play this way against it. Our connection's not the best today. I might have to, after the session today, I might have to reset my router. It might be me. Oh, that's so good. That was really good. Alright, good game, Reaper. So I was able to play kind of how Setsuna was giving me a hard time by not feeding information. I think the same thing. I was moving, I was doing some attacks, but generally I wasn't feeding that much information, and I was trying not to give free hits to the Rock Reaper, and I think it worked out for me that way. That said, Jimmy's gonna destroy us all, right? So it's all good. Yeah. Oh no, Jimmy, I guess Jimmy disconnected or left. So they're not in this league battle. They got one win and then they were out. So that's what it looks like happened with Jimmy. But Jimmy doesn't play League that much. I wish they did. Hey, Sonic Blade TV, thank you very much. And shout outs to you. I'm going to follow you if I can. I am following you since May 12th. Awesome. So Sonic Blade, and thank you very much. Shout outs to Yon FGC. I really enjoy watching Yon's VF and their journey. I misjudged the. I didn't get the wall combo, but so good. Evade K plus G is so good. Alright, we're going to try locking Whitmer in a lot of troubling situations, but good stuff.
Ready, go!
Alright, good game. I used evade against you, Whitmer. So, what happened? I used evade against you, not like a lot. So I made it hard so it wouldn't be like, okay, just throw, that would work, but it would have encouraged you to use your half circulars more. So Taka, you might want to use 4P as well as the 2P plus K as sort of a mix up, right? The 2P plus K is like a EX low half circular, one direction, right? Like I have to evade to the front. 4P is a high, but I gotta evade to the back. And so, and 4P, P plus K is a really, really good, but you want to learn all of the options from 4P. As a Taka player, you want to learn how to use 4P and learn all of the options. And it is hard to use. If you just spam it out, you're going to lose to low punch and other crouching attacks. But if you master the use of 4P, it's a very terrifying tool. It can control, it can control the evasion of your opponent quite a bit. All right, let's see. So spring logs, I hope my answer was okay for you. So in VF, I would say that once you get used to fighting against the flowcharts and once you develop how to fight that way yourself, I think you might, I'm hoping you'll find VF a lot more fun, but it can be very frustrating if you don't know what to do in all these sequences and stuff. But that is kind of the essence, is that this game is constantly decision after decision after decision. Because it's constantly decision after decision after decision, that is flowcharting, right? That is flowcharting. It's not, oh, I get a punish and you're locked down for 10 seconds. That's not this game. This game, you're locked down for 2 seconds, or 1 second, really. So because of that, you have to constantly make decisions either way that you play. But I hope that we can help you cut those options down. So we'll teach other stuff like how to cut those down. All right, Parabellum Joe. I thought I got the evade, but I did not.
My time is here! Knockout!
All right. So here's the problem with that. Now you're seeing the weakness of this sequence here.
Round 2. Ready, go!
I see. Very good. Not getting the card I want. Oh, that was so cool. That was really, really cool. I like that he did this. I haven't seen this move in a long time, so that was beautiful. That was really gorgeous. I like that too. See? He could...
Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
All right, good game, Parabellum Joe. You're a very strong player. I can see that you're a very strong player, actually. You're just not used to the matchup. Your spacing in this matchup is off against the moves I'm using, so it's just a matter of experience with that. But you have a lot of scary things in your game. I can see why. I can definitely see why you're a very strong Tekken player, and I can see why Noodle really was excited to watch us fight. I think there's a lot of good stuff here, and so keep it up. I like your John. I like what you're doing. Keep it up. All right, Dodo. This is another one everybody wanted to see happen here. I like that choice. These choices are good. I'm gonna lose for this because it's freaking Akira. So okay, he's gonna do moves like that. Okay, I like the way he fights Akira. Let's do this.
Ready, go!
Good.
Knockout!
I'm screwing that up in. I don't know why I screwed that input up a lot, actually. I'm wondering about it.
Ready, go!
Good. I like his use of Force XP. I really do.
Knockout!
I screwed up the combo and that cost, but that was really good. Dodo, this is good stuff. I like fighting Dodo.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
All right, good game. So this, because on the first jab he didn't commit to doing like his dashing elbow or anything or Force XP, that second one was almost a necessity for him because of the way he was inputting, and then he ended up being late on the third iteration. Very good game. Dodo, you're very strong. I really like your Akira a lot. That was a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. I like that you bring a different type of Akira in, so keep it up. I like it. All right, Noodle, here we go. Noodles understands me a lot better now, so let's see what they're working on here.
Ready, go!
This is really good. I like your up close play much better.
Knockout!
I like that choice too. I like that choice.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Very good. Good. Noodle's playing fantastic. Excellent, excellent neutral throw. This is an awesome game. Noodle is playing so good. I like this a lot.
Ready, go! Knockout!
That was really, really fun.
Round 4. Ready, go! My time is here. Ring out. Round 5.
All right, that was a really, really fun battle, Noodle. Thank you so much. Really, really good game, my friend. Really- Very good game. You played awesome. You played awesome there. I don't know why you could say that that was painful. So, good game, my friend. All right, here we go. I don't know if I got it. I thought I did, but that was a lot of fun. I felt very good about that league battle. So. All right, good games, everyone. That was a lot of fun. I didn't expect to do this well on that one. Congratulations, XTN on second, and the Rock Reaper on third. Then we got Noodle. You did awesome at fourth, and Dan DJ at fifth. It's really, really good stuff. And Dodo, we're gonna give special props because I really like that Akira. So good stuff. Lots of fun battles. Thank you all very much, my friends. Let me see here. And Calamity's in the room. Calamity's so strong. Alright, let's see what everyone is saying too. I'm really glad that XTN and Noodles are adding each other. Please, when you find a good opponent, you really got to add each other. It's really important. And, like, in this game, you want sparring partners. That's the fastest way to grow. Ranked is going to give you good experience too. But honestly, the room battles give you a ton. However, you want diversity of opponents too, including room battles. In this community, you can totally have that. I don't know many people that are going to refuse to fight you. Even people that don't like you will probably fight you. So, I'm just saying, keep building up your contact list of sparring partners, because that is, if you have that, that's the fastest way to grow. Now, ranked gives you a lot of things to work on and gives you a lot of proof of concept in a very short format. It's really good, but I'm really strongly about the room matches for growth. No problem, Baba. I was just saying on Taka's armor, the summary is that basically against Chop they can switch to kicks, what they should do. But if they switch to kicks, that means they might not be playing frame tight anymore, and now that opens stuff up for you. So there's a mix up there. And then if you do like the the kind of playing possum, if you play possum, that one can lose to some strings and similar, and it can lose to lows as well. So just kind of one of those things where both Taka's armor moves are really good when your opponent is trying to play like keep away, because they're trying to do like one attack. They're trying to just hit you with one or so. And when they're trying to pressure you with just a single attack. If they try to pressure you with strings, it kind of changes things up. It depends on which strings they use. But generally, that's the gist. It's very good. It's very, very good at challenging someone directly on their offense when you kind of have narrowed down their options. Okay, let's see. So Kingly says, what are the options to go for with Leon after a 6 PGE throw? Okay, yeah. So this is the throw when Leon gets behind your opponent. So option number one is actually just doing PKP. PKP is good. So you want to do punch, kick, punch, right? That's your default option. Now, the greedy option, that is very good. In fact, you should do this most of the time, actually, is 3 PP, that's the peck, into, so 3 PP into 6/6 KK. This one is really good. Now, they can do something about this. If they predict that you do this to lower the damage and to possibly punish you, they should try to jump in the air. It's ironic, but they should actually try to jump in the air. Now that said, if you predict them doing this, you could jab them out of the air and combo them. You could jab into a bound into a combo finisher. So that most opponents have trouble doing the hop, but a lot of opponents also just kind of afraid to do it. And so it's one of those where you can keep doing 3 PP, 6/6 KK until they do that. And even when they do that, you might be able to stop yourself short of trying to complete that combo, so that you can apply pressure or at least defend when they like hop, get hit, and then tech roll. So if you get to your opponent's backs with Leon 6P plus G, 3 PP, 6/6 KK is really good. Good starting point. Also, PKP, you can carry them to the wall, and that can turn into a wall combo. It can turn into a wall stagger. Wall staggers, they can still break the stagger and guard, so you gotta prepare for that. But Leon has ways to punish that too. Sorry that the ads are way louder in my audio. I'm still trying to figure it out, but when I'm playing VF, the audio jumps down, and it's really weird that it does that. I need to figure that out, and then figure out how to increase the overall output on my audio, on the mic audio at least. Because I've actually got it maxed out, and it's interesting that way. Okay, so Spring Logs, I'm going to go back to what you're saying because I missed this. What I mean by the flowcharts is sequences that are only small minus on block mixed with low crush and turn steal. Okay, unless you are very confident on that. So okay, so when people play this way, this is normal VF, right? This is like the core boxing of VF. But when they play this way, and yeah, they're using crushes and stuff, backdash is sometimes a really good option. And if you want backdash evade, is a good option. Evade is not the best options when they're using short attacks. So backdash becomes a little better depending on which attack they're using. Now, if you overdo the backdash, you can get punished pretty bad. So it's something where you kind of want to target the backdash, but you do want to get used to fighting them directly in this. Also, when people are crushing, there's a simple answer. They are crushing because they're trying to beat a high attack or a low attack. You're going to hear me say too many high attacks because I'll see people, especially people coming from Tekken, are going to do strings that start high. They're going to do it. And the problem with that is low punch is going to beat it all the time. And then low punch, it's possible to do too much low punch because it's crushable, right? The way you stop people from doing this, from crushing you, is simply to use like a fast mid, like an elbow. So using your fast mid when you have advantage will pretty much stop almost all crushing. Now it does open you up to backdash as well, but doing a fast mid when you have advantage is a really good way to just make sure people can't really crush you unless they use a sabaki or a backdash or an evade. So if you always did sidekick is really weak to evade. Uppercuts, if evaded early, are weak to evade. So they're still good, but at least you can set the tempo and make them want to evade. But remember that you can beat evade in many ways. But the key here from what you're dealing with is really that you want to just make sure to use your fast mids and learn how to use the frame advantage from those. You might not be getting combos, but you are still getting setup if you get counter hit anyways. So yeah, fast mids are going to be the way to stop them from crushing you. And when you're saying turn steal, you're talking about them crushing you. Now, generally, I don't look at this game as a game of turns because I'm like, if I can get my opponent to want to throw me by stepping a lot and guarding a lot, then I get to mash when they want to throw, and that will hurt them. That's not a definition of a turn for me, right? It's just simply lining up my better option against what I think they're gonna do. And it could be an attack, and it could be a defense, and it could be movement, it could be postponement. The thing is, in this game, you're always active, non-stop. And the thing about quote-unquote turn stealing is that if this game was always back and forth elbow, it's a really boring game, right? That's why those other elements exist, so that you can interact with each other. And as you get used to those interactions, then you learn how to shut them down. So fuzzy guard is one of the strongest ways to shut down buffered offense, meaning buffer throw and buffer mid, because it just defends both, right? And again, we're talking about why mids are good. Mids are good because they don't get crushed very easily. Your opponent has to do something inherently unsafe to crush a mid. A sabaki attack is being used at disadvantage to crush a mid. Backdash is being used as a defense option because it thinks that you're going to do a short range attack, but if you happen to read that backdash and you sidekick it, they're going to lose half their life. So everything's got answers, but the mids are very strong, and so using a mid when you have advantage is a way to cut down your opponent's option space on what are good options. Fuzzy guard is another way if they do buffer. Fuzzy guard is a good way to cut down on their option space as well, and give you a sense of something that looks kind of like a turn. But you still want to find ways to beat what they're going to do, or what they like to do, what they want to do. That's the nature of this game. That is, whether you do it strictly from the guess right away, or you do it from I'm going to create space and punish them, which is a good way of doing keep away into a whiff punish game, right? Those are still strong in this game, but the core guessing is the most strong part, and that's why you feel it in this game. You feel these. If you think that there's something you always should do, that's the biggest weakness in VF. Predictability is the biggest weakness in VF. Now, again, we're using mids when we have small advantage or any advantage, mainly because it cuts down on their option space. But the bigger the mid we use, the bigger it is, the more risk it has to evade. Maybe not to guard, but it'll have risk to evade. So evade is strong, but you know what? Throw beats both evade and it beats guard, right? So that's the guessing game going back full circle. And so understanding these decision points. When the problem that I have with teaching it as turns is when you teach it as turns, some people think that they can stop thinking. You can never stop thinking in this game. Like you shouldn't, right? Fighting me is very annoying for a lot of people because I am going to try to punish stuff. I'm going to try to make their attack on their turn feel like a bad option because I backdashed it. I'm trying to make when they lose patience, if I do a good defense and they lose patience, they decide they want to throw me, I try to sense when that's going to happen because I think that they start to slow down or speed up. And I was like, if I see them speed up or slow down, I'm like, feels like a change is about to happen. Let's get ready. What do I think that change might be? And is there a way to cover two options? And I do that a lot. So, yeah. So that's my advice to that. I know that went out of control on my response, but I hope it gets you into the mindset on the game. But also, if you can get numb to being hit, it's really strong to have that ability in this game. If you can start seeing when they hit you, all it is some damage and some disadvantage. And sometimes you have advantage after it. If you can see you getting hit as that, as opposed to, I don't want to get hit, I can't believe I got hit. That's going to create an emotional response. That's going to feel like you've got an injustice because you lost your turn. That doesn't help you. But if you go, you know what? That uppercut, at least it didn't launch me, but it got a normal hit on me or a crouch hit, and they only got like +1 and a little damage, so I can still fight there. +1 is not their quote unquote turn, you know. So that's why I encourage this thinking about. I know it makes it detail oriented. So again, we go back to how do we simplify this? Well, we simplify it first by doing mids because they can't be crushed when we have advantage, but we need to be thinking the step beyond that. How are they gonna play around this mid? That's really that makes it easier to think, to organize your thoughts. When you learn how to fuzzy guard, how are they gonna go around this fuzzy guard? Or when I do guard throw escape, I'm denying the throw I know they really want to do. What are they gonna do to go around this? That makes it easier to read. That is less chaotic. I don't see it as turns. I see it as just options and being, let's see what you do. Let's see what you go out of your way to do to beat this simple thing I'm doing. You know? But I don't think it was like because of the turn. I just think it was because good option's good option. Bad option's bad option. Good high reward. Risky option is still risky, but still high reward. And then, bad low reward option, high risk, is bad because of that. Not because of turns, but because the reward and the risk were just not lined up to help you, unless you had a deep enough read and confidence in that read to say this is the way to beat what that person's doing right now. I hope that helps. I know that makes it vague. I know that gets wordy, but I hope that makes sense. I do like to do coaching, Sonic. So Sonic Blade TV said, I was going to ask if you do any coaching. I am really thinking of playing VF5 more. I do coaching, yes. I'm happy to do it. I mean, not on a professional basis, but I'm happy to do workshop sessions and work on the game together and meet up. It helps my stream. I like to record those sessions, so I do like working with players. 100%. 100% I love doing that because I want stronger. I want everyone to get stronger, and I want more and more people to love the game, so that more and more people will play the game, and then that benefits me because I'm having the best time of my life with the game.
On the battlefield, you'd be dead.
Okay, Taka deserves to be hit hard. Well, Taka likes to turn it into a big damage versus big damage battle, that's for sure. But definitely the most important thing to learn in the Taka matchup is what did they give me to compensate for Taka's design? Since I can't knock him down normally, what did they give me like block punish? What did they give me normal combo, natural combo? So Nala might prefer Taka's FS design. That's good. I actually like the REVO design a lot because I think the matchup has gotten more interesting to me. I felt that in Final Showdown, the matchups were interesting in that you had to learn them, but I also felt like they really dumbed down the way the matchups play. And so, like on both sides, like my Leon, just like, you know, it felt kind of dumbed down. It feels like, oh, okay, now I know what to do against Taka, and they know what to do against me, and we're making these decision points. And yes, we do have all these options still, but it feels really dumbed down. And then I think it's a little more interesting now, but but I can't say that I think it's way better. I just say that I think it's more interesting.
Round 3. Ready, go!
So Jimmy like basically played and then left, so that's what happened. Jimmy doesn't normally play in the league battles. I wish they would, but I think you know, one of the things about VF is that the downside to when you play the room matches and stuff is you get addicted to just playing that, to playing deep sets, because deep sets are deeply strategic in final. This game is more tactical than like the VF4 series, and it's more tactical than VF5 vanilla. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can win by surprising your opponent at the key moment and just blow up the match really quick. It means that you can win a round very tactically, and you can win games. The strategy is kind of comprised of some tactical moments because of the high power damage that everybody has. But when you play long set, you really feel the reward of like completely dominating your opponent's thought process and how to win strategically and how to adjust and stay a step ahead of them for the whole set. All right, here we go. Now, this is where Reaper gets really, really terrifying too for me because he's now got a plan based on our last game. I gotta be very careful.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Good game, Reaper. I tried really hard to just be very careful. Tried very hard to be very careful. So, good game, my friend.
See? I thought I'm better.
Hey, Ingvar. Very good to see you. Hello to the UK. We have a lot of good friends in the UK. I always love that VF has quite a few players in the UK, but they're scattered everywhere, and so it can be hard to meet up. But I really love the UK community as a whole. I've met so many wonderful friends through VF that are from the UK. I do get the blinders on often on ranked as well. The host is terminated. Oh, he had to restart it. No. Okay, that's okay. It's all good. Dang it. No. It's all good. It was one game. It's one game. Alright, what are we doing? Are we restarting the room? Are we jumping into a new room? Is Akai in here? Okay. Now let's catch up on our chat. Okay, XTN said, "Just gaming, hyped. You joined. You were on fire last week. Thank you." To Blurring, yeah, Blurring was on fire. XTN, thanks. Currently just getting off work, yo. I might not have that same fire. Definitely understand the post work. All right, Calamity, here we go. This is not League though, right? Yeah. Is this League? I'll assume it's League because I didn't pay attention. All right, Calamity, so strong. Let's do this.
Ready, go! Ring out! Round 2. Ready, go!
Really good use of 4P plus K. Good use of the +9. Let's say that.
Ring out! Round 3. Ready, go!
I love that use of 4P plus K. I like this. This might be ring out. All right. Very good. Very good. So I buffered a little too early on what I want to do, and that's okay. Alright, good game, Calamity. Thank you, my friend. I really like Calamity's Lao a lot. It's just a matter of time when they get used to fighting my Leon again and they start exerting their authority. But right now it's like they're just trying to kind of get back into it and feel how to fight against my Leon. So it's good stuff. When they get the momentum, it's very terrifying. But I love it, and I love fighting against Lao. I love playing as Lao. I've been having so much fun playing Lao. I played Lao like a ton yesterday at locals. I'm really happy if Akai is playing in the league. I would like to see Akai participate more, but it's too hard when they're running the Europe and the North American League at the same time. The Europeans always need some kind of technical support because stuff happens. Same with us, and it seems to go by fast if you're on that side, right? So, but yeah, for Akai, hopefully, maybe when Revo comes out on consoles, they'll be able to participate again. Because I do love fighting Akai. They create a big change of pace, and it's like, and they're very strong, and they've gotten smarter and smarter as a player. So you got to keep deal with their cleverness.
I won't lose.
You'll enjoy
All right, 2 scoops of face. Here we go. Let's do it.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Very good choice. That was good. That was good. You had the advantage and just do a mid. You had the advantage, just do a mid. So I got you locked in side turn. That's what happened there. Oh, I thought I had it too. Very good. Oh, that kick cancel cost you here. That cancel cost you. That was an excellent battle, Two Scoops of Face. You were going for a bit crush more, but your active defense was better this game. Your active defense, right? This defending in the middle of like, okay, I got blocked, I'll block, right? It's really good stuff. Good game. Keep it up. Keep it up. That was very scary. Yeah, so Super Famicom says exactly what I'm thinking, and guard is also an action. You're always active in VF. Some people like Eris avoiding puzzle want to reduce VF as a turn-based game because, well, a lot of people that play VF see it as a turn-based game. I just happen to say I look at it a little differently. I'm looking at a different angle. Same thing. We're looking at the same thing, but I just kind of conceptualize it a little different, you know. Very good, Kusano. Very good, Kusano. That sucks. I want to do 6-6 KK. Excellent. Good round, Kusano. Good round. See, Kusano's just making good choices and you get rewarded. Alright, good game, Kusano. That was actually a really good game. Really good game. It's a lot of good stuff. You made a lot of good non-commitments, a lot of being very careful, and good guessing as well. So that was very scary. Good game, Kusano. Another player that's like just always getting stronger every time I fight him. Hey, Oof, good to see you. Hope you're doing really, really good. So, Two Scoops of Face says, what should I do after a successful evade? It depends on what you evade. So if you have the thing about evade in this game, if you evade something small, you don't get much. If you evade something big, you get a lot. Keep that in mind. If you evade a jab, you should defend. If you evade almost anything else, you could do something, but it depends. But understand that if you evade something small, you might get a small advantage. If you evade something big, you get a big advantage. That's the key to understanding how to use evades in this game. Very good choice. And then here you have to crouch if you want to avoid the PKP. After the kick. I'm surprised that didn't hit. I always like these battles, Dr. Huckbox. They're always keeping me on my guard. Alright, good game, my friend. Good game. It's good stuff. Your guesses always scare me. Your guesses always scare me. Especially when you catch me doing a low and you like 9K it, and then when you catch me wanting to evade and you throw me. It's really good. I love it. Sonic Blade, you can always DM me. I definitely prefer DMs on Discord. You can get my Discord from Jan, but because I don't respond on Twitch much, because I don't interact with its chat feature much. But I mean, my intention is to do that. But yeah, you can always DM me on almost any platform that we're on. It's just that Twitch seems to be, I say Twitch and Steam are the least likely to get a response, even though I will when I see them. It's just not in my flow. But I'm always checking Twitter, I'm always checking Blue Sky, I'm always checking Discord. I check PSN fairly regularly. But yeah, so as long as you're sending me a message on those platforms, I usually respond. And I don't care, anytime you want. If you're up at 3 in the morning and you just you had a question in your mind, go ahead and send it to me. The worst that's going to happen is I'm asleep and I'll just respond when I have free time later. And I don't mind that at all. I don't have those things waking me up. So don't worry about waking me up. I don't set alarms to wake me up from chat programs. But yeah, Twitter, Discord, perfectly great. All right, here we go. Well, Taka bullied in FS with 4P plus K. Like, it was definitely stronger. All right. So right now my use of spacing is also a hard time for Whitmer, but they're gonna learn. They're gonna get it. Also, they do need to defend more on Wake Up. All right, and this is again. I see a high coming. I'll just crush the high. Headbutt was a high though. I didn't see it, but very good. All right, good game, Whitmer. Leon's elbow punch is really strong against Taka. So if I get an elbow counter hit on you, you're in trouble. If I get an elbow crouch hit, if you're crouching and you whiffed, you're really in trouble. If I block punish with the elbow punch, you're in deep trouble because I've got combos. Yeah, and that is Leon. Leon is a character that has his guard punish sucks. But when he fights against Taka, he suddenly has a 14 frame punisher that is better than all of his other guard punishers. and that changes everything. So Leon suddenly is able to have guard punish. You don't see me guard punish much, almost at all in VF. You'll see me do it against Taka some of the time because his guard punish is really good. Against Taka, yeah. Yeah, so King Lee, speaking of which, okay, so PKP is good on recovery hit, but main combo, elbow punch, 6 PP. And then if you are in closed stance, you need to see the stance before you do the 6P. Normally I try to look at the stance after a launch, but 6 PP is really hard to read for me to read the stance after the launch. If you can read that, you should do that. But if you were in closed stance before you did the elbow, 6 PP, 6 KK. If you were in open stance before the elbow, 6 PP, 4 K, P plus K. And then you should dash into a low punch after these, because if the Taka player does not tech, if they do not ukemi, your dash low punch guarantees a 6 PP follow up if it hits. So you get lots and lots of damage, and you have really imposing Okizeme against Taka. Leon has strong stuff against Taka. Alright, The Rock Reaper and I get the rematch. This time, the last one was erased because we restarted the league, and that's okay, it happens. But let's see how this match plays out.
Ready, go!
Very good.
Ring out! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh my god, he got it. Good round.
Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout!
Good game, Reaper. Good game. Oh, trying really hard not to overextend.
Forgot to train, eh?
Hey, Kusano, replays are coming soon. Replays are coming soon. I do record all of my matches because you guys see pretty much almost always when I play, unless I'm playing offline. But generally, you can record your matches. You can send recordings. You can upload them to YouTube. But replays are coming. So. I'm still catching up. I'm sorry, I'm far behind. So XCM said 2.0 ad right as Taka starts getting talked about. Time to sub. I see. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the sub. It means a lot to me. It means so much to me. Alright, Blaring, here we go. Blaring strong too. Very good.
Knockout!
like that choice. It's the power of Leon's ring out game. it's won me a lot of stuff. Right. Good game, my friend. Good game, Frank.
Forgot to train, eh?
Ah, XTN's game crashed. That's what happened. Oh, 2 people crashed. Got it. Spring Log says, thanks for the tips. Another question, how do you make a player hesitate? Everyone seems to play so confident even if I'm stopping what they're doing. That's up to your read on the player. Some players will not hesitate. Some players won't. Some people are scary that way. So just getting comfortable with all of this. Getting, like, the more you fight, the more you get comfortable doing multiple options in the same situation. And that just takes time and playing and practice and comfort with the options, right? If you still feel nervous about doing combo, you're not there. But as you get comfortable, then you get comfortable doing another option, then you get comfortable doing another option. As you build that ability to kind of mix it up, to choose your options, to where it becomes just an extension of your body and you can just kind of do it because you've seen the situation a lot. It takes a while to get there, but when you do get there, it'll be a lot easier, and you might not even realize when you're kind of imposing the pressure on your opponent. But that type of level will come with a lot of playing and practice and experience. Very good. I like this throw choice here. Good. Yeah, he's always going to go for this option. It's good to know. That's actually risky for him, but that's okay. That was good. Good. I might lose this one. That was really good fuzzy attack here. So he did fuzzy guard attack right there, and it was really, really good.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout.
Let's see.
Round 4. Ready, go! My time is here. Knockout.
Good game, good game. This hesitation was really good too. So this, not hesitation, this like delay, like stopping there and then going again was really good. Like Taka is this is where Taka is very intimidating, because if you don't, you just have to commit to what choice you make. So awesome game, XTN. That was an excellent game. That was a really, really great game. So keep that up. That was superb. Again, you got to fight the opponent in front of you. Doing stuff like what XTN did against somebody that like mashes, you can't do that. But you do it against somebody that's actually watching and trying to... When you see somebody using movement, they are watching, usually. There's a way to use movement without watching, and there's a way to use movement with it. But when you're using it up close, you're definitely watching. So use that, right? But you got to be fighting what your opponent's doing in this game. And XTN did. XTN fought what I was doing in this game. Very, very good.
Round 1.
choice. Alright. Good game, Parabellum Joe. Good game. So yeah, the key is just getting confident in the game, and you do that by playing more. And if that tip that I gave earlier, if you can get numb to people hitting you, it'll help so much. You'll become very intimidating. It doesn't mean you don't need to execute perfect, but you do need to get comfortable and relaxed and be able to be relaxed in many states of play. And if you can do that, it's really how you get a lot stronger. So yeah, keep it up. Let's see. Carlman says it's only turn-based if your character can't steal turns. I don't know if that's the definition of turns. But yeah. Yeah, always got to have the threat. Your punish is only on 3k. Is there a punish on 3k? I mean, there's Nitaku when you guard 3k. If you, yeah, punish on evade, so 6 XP plus k. So he wanted to evade 6 XP plus k. Got it. Alright, so Setsuna, here we go. Yep, there we go. Just wait and watch. Just wait and watch. So it's delayed Nitaku is delayed like that much. It's okay. Low punch would have been the option. That's okay. Low punch would have been the option. Hey, that was intense. That was an intense battle. Good game, Setsuna. That was so much fun. Oh, that was really intense.
I want a serious fight.
Someone's at the door. No problem. I understand that, Jimmy. But I'm really glad that you've been teaching everybody and showing stuff. You taught me a lot of stuff. I've been using the stuff you've been teaching about Lao. I've been practicing it a lot. It's taking a while, but I'm working on it, and I'm really appreciating a certain part of the move list more because of it. All right, Akai, so good.
Round one. Ready, go!
So this is again Akai doing low information. Neutral throws. Okay, and you gotta be careful about 9KK. The second kick is what beat the 4-4K. Alright, and he's doing forward throw there, so it's a habit there. I like that. It looks like they got hit, but it's not. Alright, so you gotta hit him out of this. So if you get the evade, you can't do a low because it does hop. Very good.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I like that he can convert that.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Alright, awesome game, Akai. That was so much fun. That was so much fun.
I want a serious fight.
So, yes, Kingly, Leon's 6PP punishes Taka on guard.
Go! Round 2. Ready, go!
Very good.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Very nice. Really good game, Poke Suzuki. That was excellent. That was really, really fun. Good stuff. Keep it up.
What a knucklehead.
Yeah, I'm very happy for replays and crossplay coming. 100%. Oh, sorry, Reaper. Sorry, Reaper, for getting in your head about covering backdash. Hey Jimmy, no problem. Hey, mistakes are okay. We learn from them, right? It's okay to make Twitch mistakes when you're jumping across chats, but I don't mind. I really appreciate that you're watching both this channel and the Kai's channel as well. I really appreciate your support always. I appreciate your friendship too, and I appreciate your VF too. Thank you for congratulating me. Was that the first league? I thought it was second. Okay, are we in the second league? Wow. Yeah, Akai is good about the decision and the patient play. It's really good. Yeah, very good game, XTN. Very good. All right, I've caught up on the chat. I'm so happy.
Ready, go!
I see. You play a lot of. You're afraid. Keep away. Very good. Okay. So, Sonic Blade TV, I like the way that you're watching. I do like that a lot. That was so beautiful. That was a beautiful round. I like a lot of this. I like the way Sonic Blade TV plays. So right now, I'm sensing kind of their range of their ideas, but also what they're comfortable doing. Alright, good game, Sonic Blade TV. You're very methodical, and you have good control, and you have good observation skills. That's what I see. So when I fight your Eileen, that's what I see. I see that there's a lot that you're learning about Eileen and maybe about VF, but I see you practicing good. There's a lot of good things about your play. So I like its patience. I like the way you're watching, and I do like the way you use your options. It's very limited information, but from what I saw, I liked what I saw very much. So keep it up. Keep it up, Sonic Blade. Alright. Yeah, I think I took that one, right? I hope I did. Maybe it was close. Maybe. No, XTN, congratulations. Got one more point. That was really good. Congratulations, XTN, on that win. That was an awesome win. Really, really good games. And I'm glad for that. That was good stuff, man. Very good stuff. Good games. So that was the second one. There's the third one coming up. All right. I didn't realize that the league started so much later today. So Scoops is definitely getting good too. Yeah. Hugbox, you're good too. I really like it all. Good games. Thank you for the match. Thank you all. Yeah, I'm looking at all these screens myself, so
Round one. Ready, go! Knockout! Round two.
After Lao's 8k plus G on hit, I don't know yet myself, but I like that you can mix up a lot of options. You can offensive move there while they're staggered. You can also just like exert your will, but you can apply pressure with like the +8 stuff. So 4p plus K is good, and then 3p is also good.
Knockout!
And so with Lao, you can do like, again, you can offensive move, and then, but you can also 4p plus K, you can 3p, and you can just dash in and just apply pressure. So you just use pressure. And this is one of those times where Lao has actually quite a bit that he can do for that. Very nice. Use the fourth though. Very good. Very good. That's how you punish a crouch. Very good. Almost DCD under the throw. Yeah, so I think offensive move is really, really good. Like after when you stagger break them. Here we go.
Ready, go!
The low punch instinct is what got you here. Again, you have a lot of advantage here. You're +9. So when you block this uppercut, you're +9. +9. So you can do lots of cool stuff. You can do lots of cool stuff there. Alright, Rusty Tachikoma. Oh, it's free play. Okay, I guess that was session C. Okay, so that was the second and third league. I did miss the first league.
Round one. Ready, go!
I'm gonna test him off now against Atuna. I like that. Because I'm getting obsessed with like worried about 3p plus K. This thing suddenly is hitting me out of this. So it's good. I need to watch better.
Ready, go!
Very good. Very good. Again, I'm playing for information because of the way Setsuna plays.
Knockout!
Play for information.
Round three. Ready, go!
Yay, I got the combo. Panic 2P is, yeah, don't panic, right? Get numb. Become numb to getting hit. Become very numb to getting hit. When Jimmy gets hit, do you think Jimmy is panicking? No. Jimmy's just thinking of what options he's gonna do. Be like Jimmy. I wonder if that would work. It would not. Alright, good game, my friend. Good game. Oh, so 8 kick and guard, only the first hit is a heavy stagger versus 2P. Okay. Use 8 KSG, you get big damage. I will work on that. Tio Chancha versus Tio Setsu. I don't know what does Tio mean, Jimmy? What does Tio mean? Yes, focus on the solution, not the problem. This game is very solution focused. I think that is such amazing advice, Jimmy Claymore. Jimmy Claymore says, just focus on the solution, not the problem. 100%.
Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
I like this low punch throw. Actually, it really did catch me. So, I'm doing that too much, I guess. Good to know.
Ready, go! Knockout!
Very good. That's the correct answer.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I like it.
Knockout!
Good game, Akai. That was so much fun. I like it. I like when Akai busts out that he can fight these. That he can fight fast-paced fight too. It's a dramatic change of pace. It's really, really strong. So I enjoyed that a lot. Good stuff, Akai. Good stuff. He's like, you can't do slow stuff against me. I'm Pi. So it's like everything's gotta be fast. Really good stuff. I enjoyed that so much.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Well, I'm glad that okay, so Tio's uncle. I'm glad that I'm uncle. I'm glad I'm not grandpa quite yet. I'm getting to the age where you could be technically a grandpa.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Okay, so is there a solution to Akira's guard break right as you stand up? You can take it. You can not. So if he's doing the mid one and the meaty's perfect, you can take the hit and throw him. If I'm being honest, that actually works. He's minus 10 on normal hit, but not if you're side turn. So a lot of times, no, I haven't seen many Akiras perfectly meaty with the mid guard break. So if it's the high guard break, you can duck it. You can crouch guard against it. If it's not a meaty, you could like evade it. But I wouldn't go for that. I basically make it a crouch versus not, and if they're using the mid guard break, then you got to just kind of take the hit and you know, straight and then throw right away. It's pretty strong. So crouch. So if you crouch it, you can you're plus 10. Oh, if he counter hits you with it, he's also minus 10 also. It's minus 10 on all hits. So if you take the hit, you just throw him. Okay, cool. Now this is if you're front facing. If your side turn is a very different thing. But if Akira does the chicken wing, if you take the hit of the chicken wing, you can throw Akira. Now it's hard. This is hard. So generally, just think of it as Nitaku. I take the hit and I Nitaku him. Throwing is one of the options, but Nitaku is good because you don't want to be like late and get blown up. You know, when you throw, you want to make sure that you do a good option though. But I would say throw. If you can throw though, you're a god, and it's awesome. It is awesome. But yeah, but generally take the hit and Nitaku. But the correct answer is take the hit and throw him. But if you're late, you know. So yeah.
Round 2. Ready, go!
But Akira's got like 3 guard breaks, right? He's got the guard break of Doom. I don't know the full rules. Jimmy, does guard break of Doom require guard or does it work on hit? He has 5. Okay. He has like forward in all 3. He has 3 in all 3. Only guard. Okay. So the guard break of Doom, you have like the full 3-hit sequence. It's like a spin-off of the stun palm of Doom. He has to guard break you for that to work. Okay. But that one is also crouchable. Hey Chad, good to see you. I hope you're doing really well. I caught one of your streams not long ago. It was a lot of fun. But I was only able to listen. I was driving and stuff. But Chad, I hope you're doing really well. I know you've had lots to talk about on the Tekken front and stuff, and a lot to talk about on the VF front. So just for the chat to know, if you guys aren't following Chad the Third UK, you should totally follow them. Follow them on Twitch, and also follow them on YouTube. Subscribe to them on YouTube for sure. I really enjoy their content, and you know, they're opinionated, but it's good. It's like smart opinions and well thought out opinions. And I might not agree with everything, but that's why opinions are awesome. But I agree with a lot, actually, with what Chad says a lot. So I would say definitely follow them. And also, it's just good. They always cover really good topics on Tekken and VF. Good stuff. Yeah, why do you need 5 guard breaks? Well, Akira is an interesting design, right? In theory, he doesn't have full circulars, but like he has moves that take the place of full circulars. He's got standing palm being 14 frame is pretty insane. Like I like the way when people use that for its 14 frames. Oh, that's so cool. Akira's also got like, yeah, his guard breaks, but he's also got like hop kick 9K. You will see Setsuna just punish me with 9K. I'm getting better about it, but still, you know. But a lot of times against Akira, you just keep it simple. Do mids, also, because he has 4 PKG. That's really annoying. If you're doing too many highs and too many lows, he'll just. Well, you shouldn't do that in VF period, but he'll punish that. But Akira is a narrow spear of a character. I would, when I think about like Akira, he's like a very long, sharp spear, powerful spear. Right, this is a spear that can destroy, and so he does his options are just very. They're robust in a damage sense, but they're not as robust as other characters' options. But they're very powerful when applied properly, and when they hit their mark, it hurts. And Akira also has something important about the design of this game. He has priority. So what do I mean? This game does have priority rules when 2 attacks hit at the same time. If 2 attacks hit at the same time, the bigger damage wins. If they're equal damage, then the slower attack wins if they hit at the same time. if they have equal damage and they have same speed, then it looks to see if one player is more than 50 points of health less than the other player. Then the player with less health will win. This is the priority rules for damage in this game. But here's what Akira has. Fast, forward moving, high damage attacks. He wins neutral, even against heavies, you know? So because of the speed component, he really, okay, I think they're doing this for fun though. So this is just a for fun league battle, I think. Someone tell me if this is a real league battle. I forgot to change my speaker settings on the other screen. I have to switch my screen to do that. I'm not going to do that. So let's see what we got. I want to know how relaxed I can be. And then break the stagger.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready,
I am really excited for the crossplay. I think it is a wonderful thing that solves a lot of problems for a lot of regions. I think it solves even the problem for Japan. I think in Japan they're dealing with like not enough people moving that are still playing on PlayStation Network, right? So like not as much movement to the PC, but there is some, of course. And I think Europe is dealing with that too. I think like I see that Europe seems to be the one dealing with this. Man, that delay into 3P plus K. All right, let's see here.
round 5. Ready, go!
I like the throw choice here. That's my fault. Alright, good game, Setsuna. Alright, let me read the chat again. But yes, I am excited for crossplay. I'm excited for it coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and to Switch 2. And I do think the Switch 2 is a big deal. I'm hoping that they do have Wi-Fi indicator and maybe even handheld indicator. But who's going to do handheld indicator? But that'd be cool. But definitely, I hope the Wi-Fi indicator will be there by that time. I think that'll be very cool. Okay. So Jimmy went through all the guard breaks, which is good. Yeah, he can also cover evades with delaying throws. It's really strong. Or using kick cancel. Very strong. All league battles are real. Okay. I don't know. What happened to Akai's league reload stream? Oh, okay. So this is just, yeah, these are casuals. Cool. I like it, but Akai is Akai like rated blurring.
Round 1. Ready, go!
I was hoping that would hit.
Excellent!
Okay, let's see here.
Round 2.
Yeah, kick guard cancel is really strong. I need to work on it because I do have it, right? This is Leon's got it, right? I love that option. I love this option. I'm just so not used to it. This is the second time I've seen it, but it's so cool. It's so cool. piece of that. Is definitely, yes. So the biggest deal is it's just more people, and it's really a big deal. And you know, actually, I'm pretty impressed with how the rollback netcode has been working, even with Wi-Fi, and even with like people that are on power line. Right. Good game, my friend. Rock Reaper style is, yeah. Well, he is definitely a thinking man's Blaze. He really is. So I try to attack that. You know. So I'm gonna remind people that there is a rock paper scissors that gets underutilized, right? And I'm gonna use a crude way of putting it, but basically, smart is better. Smart beats stupid. Clever beats smart, and then stupid beats clever. And I think the more option in a game with a high option space, this becomes more real. And in Virtua Fighter, this is very real. Tekken, it's a little hard. It's really hard to do this because you're not allowed to enter. You're not allowed to be too clever in Tekken. You got to be smart most of the time. And when you get to clever, you get to do it, but and it actually lasts a while. It's more that the stupid is, even then, the stupid's not allowed to go too long. Because the stupid is very easy to blow up in Tekken. And that's why everybody has a strong sense of fundamentals in Tekken, right? That like, and why they get confused when they play like VF when there's all these options, right? And there's a lot of options in Tekken. I'm not denying that either. But remember, like, I think everyone tells me it's like, in high level Tekken previous games, that like it's the spacing game where you can see all the genius is what I keep hearing, right? Where you can see all like, how do you get somebody to open up? What is it that's gonna, like, how the kind of, you're mixing them up with the keep away and the way that you set up a whiff punish, you know. But you got to feed the right information. That's kind of how it sounds like when people try to explain to me the high level Tekken of old, before Tekken 8.
See? I thought I'm better.
But yeah, and I think the reason you got a player like Chibita is like one of the gods of VF, right? The most famous Leon, and arguably the most famous VF player of all time. Chibita is amazing at being super clever, but also amazing at bringing out the stupid at the perfect time. Really, really good at bringing out the stupid at the perfect time. You know. Well, I think it's hard to compare Tekken and high level Tekken and high level VF. They're just good at in VF you have a lot of guessing game happening all the time, even at range, and like so guessing game is almost always there, and it's hugely present. So forced guess is just, you kind of have, if you don't improve your forced guess, you hit like a really hard wall. And I think in Tekken, Tekken tries to force guess now in Tekken 8 in a very crude way. But in VF, this is a little different. It's a very dynamic forced guess. There are backdoor options to beating these forced guesses, right? It's not a 50-50 ever. It's usually, it's a forced 2 choice. That doesn't mean 50-50. The rewards are different, the risks are different, but there's sometimes each character has got robust move lists, so there's like a few moves that might totally beat both options, right? And so you kind of have ways to outplay, so you have to keep changing the guessing game a lot. But it's true, but this game really does have a keep away game, and it really does have a whiff punish game. Very strong, actually. It's just that the whiff punish is just a little harder to do as a player. Because your window is so small and it's not so clear. that's there. It's not so exaggerated, the animation. They kind of recover pretty quick. It depends on the move, but it's there. And so the Tekken skills get really rewarded in this game, but they get rewarded at like higher level play. So they become more important at the higher level. Like with punishing, oh my gosh, so big, right? Calling stuff out, so big, right? And they are huge in this game, just like they are in Tekken. It's just that they're kind of like harder to do. And also, but this game I think has a good way of like making everything a triangle relationship, a rock, paper, scissors, you know? Like, and a skewed one, not a perfect one, skewed. But they have them, right? I'm using backdash into evade to kind of minimize some options, but it definitely has its weaknesses. There's always a call out for everything I do, right? And so I got to keep a step ahead of the opponent in this game. It's not that I outplay the opponent. Maybe I outplay each game that we play. By that, each mini game that we play. But in this game, you want to stay just one step ahead. If you're 2 steps ahead, that's when you fall into the getting blown up for doing. You're going. You can't go a step ahead because it's a rock, paper, scissors, right? Because it's a rock, paper, scissors. That's like going from like scissor to like paper, you know, or scissor to rock. And so you got to still kind of keep it within that range to a degree. But yeah, this is a lot of fun, Gravity. That was good. I like that, Calamity. I wanted to evade each of those. But I got an evade cancel, I think, right? No, I didn't. I thought I got an evade cancel there. Good game. Good game, Calamity. That was a lot of fun. So much fun. Alright, let's see. Springlog says, by the way, Kashif, it's good to see you here. Springlogs, what is one change in gameplay mechanics you would like to see in the new VF project? Well, so the hard part about that is I don't expect the new VF to be that much like previous VF games. So now, because they brought Revo, and they're giving this support to Revo, I mean, as much as is reasonable, more than reasonable even, but because that's in the hopes of building the pathway to promoting the new VF, I'm happy that they're just gonna try to make the new VF a really new VF. They're not trying to win me over. They're trying to make the average gamer excited about fighting games. And I think that's awesome. And I think that's what they should do. And I think that's the correct thing to do. And I may or may not like that final game, but I'm happy that's what they're doing. I love this game. So this game, I'm set for life because I could play Final Showdown, until, like for the rest of my life, and I'll be happy. Right? I'm at the age where I'm not worried too much about, about that stuff, but very good evade. Very good. Oh, that would have been so good if you got that. That would have been so good if you got the just frames. They were going for the just frame kicks. It's good. That was correct. Don't fault yourself for doing that. In a tournament, you only fault yourself if you're trying to do something that hasn't been working. But in a game like this, right now, that was completely good to do. Oh, that was good. Yeah. So. My pleasure. I just hope other people are enjoying the game just like I am, and it's gonna be awesome if we can enjoy both VFs. Oh, I'm so happy, right? I'm so happy if we can enjoy both of those. All right, good game, 2 scoops of face. There was really good stuff in that battle. I enjoyed this fight very much, my friend. Good game, good game.
Forgot to train, eh?
So I'm okay with macros in VF. Even if you're playing on arcade stick, if you want to use a macro that is all 3, be my guest. It's not bad to do. It's pretty good to do, to be honest. On gamepad, I do encourage playing the game as a 3-button game for most of it because of the interactions But when you're talking about hitting all three, even the throw button for throw escape, I guess, but I don't really prefer that. But if that works for you, reduces your errors, by all means. I don't think that makes it harder for me. I just think that's okay. We're in the home era. We're in the era where arcade cabinets now in Japan, the ones that are like left, are starting to put USB plugs into them. So we're in that era now. So now you get to do the controls that work for you. And it's like you got to be good at knowing how to play the game and how to make the decisions in the game. If you don't have that, you will lose. Right? So I'm okay for the macros, and I'm okay for a bunch of other stuff too. We definitely want to be feel rewarded when we play and master the controls, but I don't think like button macros are against that, right? The only thing are sequential macros, programming commands, right? And even then, that doesn't bug me because I'm like, well, I can still outplay them, you know. But there's a rewarding feeling for executing these things, even with macros too. So yeah, by all means, use macros if you need to. Lilac, good to see you. I wanted to get the Savaki kick. Alright, we're having fun. These are just casual leagues. So this is not like these are not the competitive leagues. We're just having fun. This is just a fun way to do casuals because everybody gets to play all the time. All right. You got it. Nice. I like that. Very nice. Very nice.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh, I was hoping. I do like playing pad with 3 buttons myself. I use guard on square, punch on R1, and kick on R2. And that gives me the arcade feeling.
Time's up.
All right, here we go, Lilac.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Nice. Very good game. Good patience, Lilac. That was really fun. Having a lot of fun with that. Good stuff, Lilac. It's good to have Lilac back. It is. Two Scoops is struggling with accidental inputs. Any advice for drills to increase consistency with controls? What kind of controller are you using, Two Scoops, when you have time? Of course, we're in the league battle, but when you have time, let me know what controller you're using. let's work on this.
Ready, go!
I see. Let's work on that. Very nice. Good use of 4P. You're figuring out what to do. You're covering. We're training on this.
Ready, go!
Very good. That was a good throw choice right here. Leverless. Okay, we can talk about that.
Ready, go!
What are the things that you're having trouble inputting though? Like where do you see these errors? Very good. Very good.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Thought I should have beaten that. I must be doing too slow. Very good choice.
Knockout!
Alright. Good game, Kusano. Good game. So on Leverless,
Training.
where do you see these errors happening? Because that's the important part, right? This game, I think... Okay, so here's the thing. This game, the controls, the commands, I think mostly they're pretty easy. But the hard part is the decisions per second. The actions per minute, the rate of action is what makes it hard. How rapidly you're doing these, how much you're changing your mind. There are ways to play that make it harder for your opponent like this, like you know, doing back throws because you're fighting somebody on lever and they like to do ECD and they like to do evade dash guard and you want to tax their throw escape so that it has to escape the back throw, right? But errors happen a lot in this game because this game is very heavy on the mental stack. So part of cleaning up your errors is practicing your options in training mode and being very, very comfortable with them. But not just that. When you train against the computer, I want you to get used to doing different options, not just the option you think is going to win. Okay? I want, when you block and you get Nitaku, I want you to, against the AI, do it like Nitaku. And do it very open-minded. Do it as like, not because you think the AI is going to lose to it, but because even when the AI defends it, what do you do? And then I want you to mix up the small stuff. When your option fails, what do you do? And I want you to get comfortable doing stuff when your options fail. When you get your low punch guarded, you should practice fuzzy guard. And then after you've gotten so comfortable with that, you should practice ECD. And then maybe practice crouch dash into attack. I want you to practice things like that. Just keep practicing options. Get more and more comfortable doing different things in different situations under different loads of stress. And do it in a very relaxed, like, okay, I know how to do this. I can do this. And again, you know how I said be numb to getting hit? This is part of it. Being able to just know, oh, when they hit me with low punch, it's not a big deal. I can fuzzy guard. I'm -4. You know what I mean? And options like that start to open up when you get comfortable to getting hit. And you just, when you look at life as a resource, when you're like, hey, I've got a lot of health right now, I can afford to mix up, and if I get the guess correct, I have a huge advantage because of the life lead. So if you're playing Jackie, when your health is high, try to land 6k. Try to land it on the delay. Try to land it because they're going to throw. Try to land it because you did Nitaku and you picked that option, and when they defended, then you do whatever. Then you respond accordingly. When they evade you, did you do guard throw escape? Did you like they evaded really big? Did you do the side throw escape? You know, so just keep working on options one by one. Don't be so hard on yourself though. The key to this is also being able to do this in a relaxed way and not be so upset with yourself. Being upset with yourself does give you determination. Fire can really drive you to win at the key moments, but fire can also burn you out really fast. It can really burn you out fast, and in a whole tournament, you're tested for the whole length of the tournament. You gotta manage that energy. And being able to fight relaxed and then fight with fire when you need it is pretty good. You definitely want to train it all. So train it when you're heated, train it when you're cool, train it when you're tired. I know some people have said that they just can't get better when they play when they're tired. I hear them, and I'm open-minded to that, but in my experience, when I play when I'm really tired, it does help me work on my performance floor. And it helps me see what am I able to do when I'm this tired. And just try to work and try to solve problems within that. Okay, I can't do the just frame. I'm not hitting this combo, but I can score big on Nitaku, and I can guess, and I can still kind of see the decisions here. And I can do these things. I can do, this is a kind of, I can do a chunky play instead of a huge play, right? Some of the huge plays require accuracy. And when you can do that, yes. But sometimes you're in a tournament and you're like, I just need to knock him down and hook his everything. Because that will buy me time, and that will allow me to breathe, to focus on my breathing. And I know the decision points because I've done this so much. So they're the one who has to stress about whether they get out of this or not, you know. Things like that. But I feel like that has helped me with accidental inputs, because accidental inputs, sometimes they are from our inputting. I mean, like just normally. Sometimes the accidental inputs are because of the stress. Sometimes they are. And that's what this game I think is really good at. Well, it's good at putting in a lot of stress, but that also means it's good about giving you the challenge of overcoming stress or managing stress. You can't really overcome it, but you can manage it. And you can find what works for you and doesn't. You can find, do I play better when I'm angry, or do I play worse? And how long did I play better when I was angry? And did it drop off or not? And you as a player are the only one who can know that, really. I can get a sense of it if I watch it. For buffer issues, there's a variety of things about that, yeah. So the Rock Reaper is talking about the buffer issue. It's really important. I see a lot of people drop stuff in offline a lot because of the stress. If you beat somebody's options like 8 times in a row, they will start to tilt. They will start to feel a little hopeless, feel frustrated, feel like they can't do anything right. And it's just that they guessed wrong like 8 times in a row, you know? This game at some point can teach you to just see it as just a guess. As to just, and that I guessed wrong, right? So like when somebody evade punishes you, it means that if you had done throw instead of the attack, again, not throw after the attack, not throw on a delay, because our instinct wants to do that. But if you had literally swapped that attack that got evaded with throw, the throw would have won. Now, they could have escaped the throw. That's okay. That doesn't make it a bad decision though, because they got 0 out of it, and you lost 0 out of it. The fight continues. So, yeah, so I hope that makes sense. But like, yeah. Some people play like really strong when they're in interesting states, right? I've played many times 7 in the morning after like a 10-hour session, you know, and I'm usually the one that wins a lot, by the way. So it is my strength, but it's also because I'm just having fun playing even when I'm so tired that I can't think straight. But when I play that way, I get to learn my performance floor. So again, talk about the performance floor. What's the lowest I can perform? what am I good at when I'm in my worst shape? And I think that has helped me a lot. It helps me recalibrate to a degree, but stress is always hard to manage. I've definitely encouraged, even in the past 2 years, really stressful situations that took a lot for me to dig out of. AT Scoops of Face. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday and really, really enjoy working with you and keep it up. Let's see.
Round one. Ready, go!
Yeah, so Jimmy says everything can help you to improve or just hold you down is a perspective thing. I agree. I mean, I think, well, it's a perspective thing, but I think it's good to have a good perspective on it. So yeah. But again, some people work better with fire, and so that's just a different way. There's ways to manage fire. Some people work better when they're chill and they're cool-headed, right? The player that works on fire, in my experience, those players do have a good degree of like playing with adrenaline. But adrenaline doesn't last long, but it's huge because these are the players that can win like can go Kobe Bryant. But the problem is Kobe Bryant isn't just playing on fire. Kobe Bryant like is amazing throughout the whole game. You know, he's good when he's cool, and he's good when he's on fire. He's good when he's heated. That's the goal, right? That's the goal for players. So yeah.
Ready, go!
Yeah. So Jimmy says how you take what you get is more important than what you get, right? And I can't remember who made the quote a long time ago, the famous quote that like, you know, that like the majority of life, like it's something like 25% of life is what happens to you, and 75% is how you react to it. You know? So yeah.
Round four. Ready, go!
Okay, DJ Syrup said, man, plateauing in this game is rough as F. It is. This game's plateaus are very brutal. They are very humbling. They're very hard. And with social media, people like to comment as if it's like a given, like it's a constant. Like the state that you're in a slump, like people are gonna be, oh, you know, they're just not good anymore. It's like, that's not exactly what it is. And a lot of times when you're in a plateau, you're actually still getting stronger. This game is comprehensive. This game is integrative. You got to get good at the force guess. You got to get good at the keep away. You got to get good at whiff punishing. On top of that, you got to get good at playing all three tempos. So what are the three tempos? Buffer speed 0. Speed 1, delay speed, meaning I do like a crouch dash before I attack. I do a dash before I attack, or I wait like just barely a moment before I attack. That's delay attack. ECD attack is speed 2. Okay. Now, is there a speed 3 and 4 and 5? Yes and no. Once you go beyond speed 2, once you go beyond ECD attack, it's just more of extended neutral. It's just more, oh, we just didn't do anything. So if it resets. It's just more neutral is what it is. So those are the three tempos. And what are these tempos about? These tempos are about attack versus attack. If I decide to go, oh, this guy waits a while. He's playing on this speed 2. So I'm going to do crouch dash into attack. It's going to punish him. And it does, right? He's doing like evade, cancel into attack because he wants to evade my immediate attack. And then if I wait long enough, he wants to sucker punch me because I took too long. That's why he does ECD. Okay, so then I just do CD attack. CD attack completely blows up ECD. Okay, now my opponent's doing delay attack. What do? You buffer right away. You attack as soon you speed 0. You always want to be one speed ahead. Speed 0 beats that, right? Okay, so then what beats speed 0? Evade. So we're back to ECD, you know? And ECD is cool because it can defeat speed 0, and it can respond when people are very, very sick. That's why ECD is pretty good, but also why CD is really, really good, right? That's the tempo attack speed lore. Speed 0, beat speed 1, speed 1 beat speed 2, and then speed 2, because it has evade built in, can beat speed 0. That's a rock, paper, scissors on attack, like on aggressive attack, and using movement to facilitate or delay. I already talked about, you know, the rock, paper, scissors of stupid options. They lose to smart options. Smart options can lose to clever options, but then clever options can really lose to stupid options, right? Because clever options are going way extra. They're trying to punish really strong play. Okay, but then if you dumb it down, you beat them on fundamentals of the game. You know, so you do like a real slow 20, 30, 25, 30 frame attack, you might beat the guy trying to be clever. So yeah, stuff like that.
Wow, it was ridiculous.
All right, Cruz, good to see you. Chilling, finishing some mod work. Yeah, I saw that you worked on a PS3 recently. I like how you explain your process too, especially on a platform like Twitter where, you know, you don't get many characters unless you're a member. But I like you showing like the work that you're doing, and that people are still repairing these things. Awesome. Sounds like an awesome New York session. I hope the chat can hear me fine. I just realized that, okay, this is going to be a little louder, so you can adjust your volume accordingly, but I'm speaking more directly to the mic right now. Let's see. Yeah, Reaper, I understand that feeling of the plateau. It's tough. Well, I think the hard part is also like, you found really good, like when we find really good answers to stuff that gave us a hard time, and when you're working on that, when you're building those things, you can get tunnel vision, right? So earlier I talked about how veterans at higher level, you really do want to get those room sessions, right? Here's the good and the bad with the room sessions is that when you have a long set battle with an opponent, it gives you so much room to work on adjusting strategy, forecasting, like, oh, this is like, I'm going to beat them this way. And then I should really wait until I see signs that they're going to change. And adjustments like that, this is what you see. You see, and then you also have to learn how to reopen options, right? Though that's actually the key for the next part I'm going to talk about. But what's the downside? Downside to room sessions, to just sparring partners, is treating your sparring partner like they represent everybody else in the game. This is the problem of expecting random opponents to play the same, to think the same way and play the same way as these guys you work so hard to get better against. And this is the whole problem with in VF, you need to fight the opponent that's in front of you. You need to use options that line up with what they're doing now. Now, you do need to think about the options they're going to do in 30 seconds, but you don't respond to it yet until they give you signs that you should. If they don't give you any now they could sucker punch you, but you should be managing your risks so that sucker punch doesn't kill you. But you need to stay at kind of a step ahead, or at least in your mind, you need to be ready to make that step ahead again once they follow suit. Once your opponent follows suit, do that, right? The good thing about ranked, the good thing about offline, the good thing about playing League Battle, especially League Battle actually, is challenging you to make some quick judgments about your opponent and to come up with a plan within 3 rounds to either maintain dominance if you can. That's not so much of a plan. But when you're in trouble, you're going to have to kind of plan your way out, and you're going to have to try to be just a little ahead for the rest of the game. And so I think you guys see me do this, right? Now, that said, sometimes you see when it's not the Akai League main League battle, you'll see me play lighter against people because I want to train them and I want to have a good time with it, and I want to work on stuff myself. I want to work on stuff that's hard to work on when I'm trying to win so hard, right? I want to work on stuff that is going to eventually help me win more in the future. This game just gives you so much technique to work with. So much. But yeah, that plateau, it comes when you're tunnel vision. It comes when you're trying to fit that technique into your overall gameplay against different opponents. And but the plateau mainly is sometimes just part of the process. Sometimes that plateau is just part of the process of you getting stronger and you gaining the experience needed to understand how to be more precise with the application of technique. Because you need that accuracy. You need to know, this is the risk, this is the reward, these are the conditions, these are the signs, these are not the signs. Oh, they can blow me up if I try to do this cool thing. But at least you're not falling in the trap of thinking, oh, because there's an answer to my thing, it's useless. That's not how VF works. Everything. You can't think that way when everything has answers in this game. There's only a few situations that are truly forced. That's like if your opponent perfectly meaties and you did do a tech roll, right? But then you stayed on. There's only a few things where there might only be one answer. It's really rare. Almost always there's a few multiple answers. Hope that makes sense. And then DJ Syrup says, plateauing you to lose focus easily and lose situations you shouldn't be losing, even when you know they're gonna do it, which feedbacks the feeling or you're not progressing. Yeah, or at least I do. I focus on the wrong things. Tunnel vision. Yeah, the tunnel vision's so brutal. Though. It's really hard. So the tunnel vision, sometimes a break is really good. Now, that doesn't mean always a break is good. So this is, when we say that a break is really good, we're talking about like, you're doing a lot of training. You're doing interval training. You're working in intervals already. So those are small breaks within that. But then you get into like deep training and deep, like I really want to master this skill. And people are not always giving me the situation to master it, but I really want to master this in a live environment, right? So now you're really in the tunnel, and you're really tunnel vision to improve. But it's hard because the opportunities are not always there, and your results are suffering on the way to this. And your results are suffering even when you successfully do it. But it's just, it's just the whole mix of the fight. So sometimes when you go that deep, that's when, okay, I see where I'm executing, but now I'm deeply tunnel vision. I'm losing sight of the big picture. That's usually the best time to have like a break, like a week or so, and just kind of, chill. And then you come back a week later and you're killing it because you're playing with fresher eyes, because you're responding to what's on the screen, not what you want to happen. You're like, that's what's happening on screen. I respond to it. And then after a while, sometimes, yeah, that thing you were working so hard on that you couldn't get under conditions, sometimes it actually magically starts happening and you're like, oh my God, I think I've got this. That's a great feeling. It's not always guaranteed when you take a break, but it's a really good feeling when you get it. But you're going to do it a lot in this game. Like, I'm not going to lie, it happens a lot, but it's also your game itself is very crowded and you're making room for nuance, for adding more nuance, more technique, more answers for multiple situations. You just gotta build up that experience to get it happening. We got LD Wells versus Blurring. It's very cool. The cartwheel is Reaper on the cartwheel, it's just that you need to have more complements for it. You need other things that make it better. And you need to threaten the opponent in certain ways that makes the cartwheel better. Usually that's all it is, right? Yeah, keep building more options in the same place. Science says bees can't fly. Is it they do? I don't know what that means. Hey, by the way, Karcha, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing really well. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, we do usually play different in tournaments than ranks. 100%. Yeah, chill for a week after combo breaker is a great idea, Reaper. It really is. I understand. Yeah, definitely. I mean, do what you got to do in right now leading up to combo breaker. But after combo breaker, it feels good. I took a mental break from VF like after Fight Kingdom, you know, because I know that I can't go to combo breaker. And well, Evo doesn't really matter because that's going to be August, right? So break is fine right now. But because I knew I can't go to combo breaker, then I was like, well, I should just chill just for the sake of it after Fight Kingdom. And I did. I ran stuff, but I was really in chill mode. I was just like, yeah, let's just have fun. And, you know, don't need to prove anything. Just have fun. So yeah. I think it helps a lot. Combo breaker is next week. A week from today. Yeah. Okay, Springlock says, I would challenge you on your position of improving from long set battles. Okay. That may be true for an advanced or accomplished player, but a beginner or intermediate is not going to really be able to adapt to someone who is far above their skill level. They would probably need to record the game and watch back to understand. My experiences are different. So, okay. What's my experience? I started traveling for Virtua Fighter. I was always pretty good at the arcades in Virtua Fighter wherever I went. But I got very serious about Virtua Fighter and able to travel on my own when Virtua Fighter came out in Dreamcast. So I did go to Seattle, which was a 4-hour drive, which I was not used to doing yet, and it was great. But then less than a year later, I went to New York, right? I flew to New York and I played for a week in New York. And it was New York Gathering. And this is where I got to see what at that time, that generation's community was used to doing gatherings. The generation before that actually did tournaments and would hang out. So it'd be like a weekend and it's centered around the tournament. But that generation of Virtua Fighter 3 on Dreamcast, it was gatherings. And basically the core part of the gathering was 3 days of playing almost non-stop. Tons of people. This is where Adam Yuki is from. This was Adam Yuki's family's hotel. This was out in Long Island. So this is out in Long Island. But before that, for the days before that, I was staying at Adam's place and playing for days at Adam's place with different people. And you know, like I was definitely fresh out of water, so to speak, but I learned so much and we just keep playing, you know? And this is kind of, the gathering is kind of how the VF culture was for Virtua Fighter 3, 4, up through 5. We did have tournaments, but we were much more focused on gatherings. Okay, so Adam, Nelly, Rodnuts, right? These are the players that I'm playing with. On top of many, many others, right? You know, I met Chairman now. That's what they call themselves nowadays. Back then, they had a different handle. I've met a lot of players that some of you guys know back then. And so we were just playing like insane amounts of VF. And I'm losing a ton. It's the relationship with losing and winning that I think is the important part. Understanding, like, I mean, I did martial arts before, right? I paid to do martial arts class. I'm not thinking I'm going to win against half the studio. I might win against other low rank people. I might even win fights against brown belts, okay? Or black belt if I'm using something from another martial art. But I'm there humbling myself to learn the technique that they're teaching in the martial art. And in that front, I'm going to lose. It's normal to lose. It's normal to want to get stronger. So I think it's the attitude about winning and losing. I'm doing track and field. And I'm not going to be the fastest guy. I'm not going to be the strongest thrower maybe. But maybe I can be. So I'm constantly training, right? I'm constantly racing. I'm constantly training. Keep doing the activity. This is basic sports. This is basic studying, right? The hard part, I guess, is because video games are casual activity. So then it's like, what do you really want? Do you really want to get great at this game, or do you want to just have fun? And it's okay to just want to have fun. But in fighting games, they're kind of hardcore. So there's this natural wanting to be great at it. And then what it takes to be great at it is just this diligent work and bruising your ego along the way, but having confidence that you're gonna get that. Look, when I went to New York, I had confidence that I could win. It's not, and I could, but it's not like, but it's clear like I was not in the top tier. I was learning a lot. I was fighting against people that play way faster than anybody that I'd fought on the West Coast. And I got used to it, and I hang in there. And almost every gathering, the end of the gathering would have something like, oh my gosh, Chanchai's gotten so much better, you know? And a lot of times it's just, okay, I'm getting used to the pace that they're playing at, decision points, and yeah, I'll get better by the end of the weekend. But the starting point might not have been the highest point either. When we had the gathering for Virtua Fighter 5 Vanilla, and a player that flew into Plague's place in Southern California was Yosuke. Yosuke is a Japanese player who had been on a very strong team in Japan at Athena Cup. So I beat your ups. I can't remember which events Yosuke played in. Yosuke, but the players in America knew of Yosuke, and they'd already met Yosuke, right? When Yosuke arrived, the first person he looked for was Rod Nuts, right? But Yosuke is very, very strong, and he wins like in that first day that everyone arrived, it's like Yosuke's got 250 wins and only one win against him, and that was Rod Nuts. So this is like normal for us. This is normal for us to fight someone that's ridiculously strong and keep fighting and keep losing and keep building up our skill and keep assessing each time. Oh, what can I do better? What should I do? And we just measure those small wins. Measure those small, like, okay, I think I got this thing down. All right, I think I got this thing down, you know? And we come out of it way stronger. So to me, the long set battles teach you a lot. They really do. But it might be the relationship. It might be your expectation. Maybe my expectation is too low because I'm not trying to 200 to 1 against Yosuke. I'm not even trying to tie him on it. I'm just trying to gradually improve that score each day. He spent the night, or he stayed over at my house for a weekend, and we had a great time. And on the middle of the week, on a Saturday morning, you know, we played like 200 games, and it's like also 200 to 1. I'm glad I got that one, you know. But it didn't bug me at all. It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun training, and he had so much to teach. And he would just tell me what the problems were, and of course I'm not going to right away fix everything, but I've got the right idea, and I'm making gains, and I can feel it in the fight. This game, you can really feel it in the fight when you're doing better. Sometimes, at least to me, I can. I'll have to admit, when I see people's reaction to their fights, sometimes they say it was a terrible match. I was like, that was a really good match. So maybe that's just a matter of perspective. So yeah. So anyways, that's my view on that. That's my experience, and again, that doesn't dismiss anybody else's opinion or experience. I'm just sharing my experience with it, you know. But I will say, a lot of the people that we know to win, I know the results on Tampa Never Sleeps is not much of a surprise to me. The rankings all the way up to the top 50, not a surprise who's in there, and not a surprise who's in the top 12 versus the rest, right? Not much of a surprise for me. All of these players play long sets like a lot. All these players, and yeah, but you're saying as a beginner, and I'm like, no, as a beginner, this really helped me, but I did have to have I had to have reasonable expectations. I had to measure growth in a positive way that was going to say, I am getting better. I'm losing, but I'm getting better. And I think that's probably the most important. And I think my Tuesday sessions, everybody's getting better. That's participating, not just because of that. They're playing in ranked, they're playing in long battles. FC Racer's been playing in long battles, like also with strong players, and I can see their understanding of the game maturing whenever they do that. And they, of course, they are strong already, but I can see their understanding of the game get much deeper because they're seeing what would happen over the course of 50 games. They're seeing when it changes. In this game, it is hard to see what in one game. This game has high damage, so rounds just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah, I like what Jimmy said though. Have fun, you can have skill later. 100%. Honestly, fun is the key ingredient. I mean, enjoyment. We can use the term enjoyment if fun is not the right word for you. But satisfaction, right? If satisfying is only by the wins, that's going to be hard. If satisfying is the small wins, that's a lot easier. And they do build up. This game is very much about how you fight combat overall. That's why first time I fought Jimmy Claymore, I can tell how strong this person is. I can tell just Jimmy is very strong. I can also sense that Jimmy is playing in a way that is just watching or teaching or guiding or trying their stuff out. And then I go like, okay, but because I saw the signs of what they would do when things got very heated or serious, you know. And I think you do, but that's from experience. And I bring that up because I know some people get upset when they're looking only at wins and losses. And I'm like, the wins and losses are a metric. They're just one of many metrics. Just one of many things to measure. They're not the only way to measure. I know some people believe in it. I would say the people that lose a lot are the ones who believe completely in the win-loss thing. You know? So, because everyone I know who's really strong, especially in this game, has lost a whole lot. Oh my God. When we talk about a new up-and-coming player, we talk about that too. We're like, they're going to have to lose a lot because for them to learn, for them to feel, right? I do talk positive because I want to make sure everyone sees it. Like when Noodle comes in, and I'm like, wow, the stuff that Noodle's doing, but they're going to have to lose a lot to learn the thing that's holding them back. Not that it's holding them back. They've only played the game just a little bit. So it's the things that they have yet to learn. This game is very deep. But that's why we love this game years on out. Because this game is so damn deep that we're still learning stuff. And we're still like, oh, okay. And we're still making adjustments to our play. To this day. Yeah. Definitely chill and enjoy the moment. And so the thing about being super serious all the time, I mean, this is a tangent, it's separate. The thing about being super serious all the time though is this game actually rewards you for fucking around and finding out. It really does. Like you can say that that's my play style. My play style is fuck around and find out. So you guys are watching me do that. You're watching me do some bizarre stuff. Do you think I accidentally hopped and did the attack? I actually do it on purpose for fun, just to F around and find out. So, I'm like, let's see if this works, And it's like, if I have a high health, I can afford it. It's a budget. Your life bar is a budget. So, you're like, let me see what stupid thing I can do here. That's how I know how to use moves like Leon's big 4 frame crash down kick. And then how I can use the 30 frame kick, right? Because this is a game that lets you do that shit. Because of the way the evade system works, because of the way option selects are good against buffering, but option selects can really lose badly to just slow ass shit. Yeah, this is because this game is a high decisions per moment, because this game is so many decisions per minute, so to speak. The match experience is really a strong guide. The match experience guide, like that's I don't study. I write a lot of material and I construct things in my head about how I try to give a logical flow or a feel flow, like a walkthrough flow when I write. Just because I write that much, I don't read as much as that would imply. I'm a person that learns mostly from playing, and I don't remember the numbers very well. I'm not good at memorizing the frame data, actually. I'm being honest. I do refer to it, and then I may forget it a week later, but I might be playing with the knowledge of it because I use what that number implied to me, and I'm not trying to remember the figure so much as, okay, this is good to do. These are good things to do when I do this. Oh, now this looks like a bad thing. Now I'll lab it, and then I'll try to fix that. I'll be honest, I play on feel way more than what my writing would suggest. I'm not saying that's how you should do it. I think everybody has their balance. People are wired differently. Some people are much better at doing a logical flow. And I do think you need to have some logic. But I do think you can also trust your subconscious to do certain things as well. And I think that's managing your VF. So for me, I always talk about playing with multiple gears. I play with a gear that's very reactive, and I play with a gear that's buffering more, that's forcing guesses and playing guesses. And I play with many gears in between it. And I play games where I slow it down, and I play with gears that are fast, and I play with gears that are slow. And I play with gears that care about what the opponent does, and sometimes I play games that don't care what the opponent does. These are all important dimensions that are happening in the match, and they change even within the round. But it's a lot of time controlling space, controlling time. And you can start with one and then work on the other, and then eventually working both together. Mastering space, mastering time, and of course, in this game, mastering damage too. Managing options becomes that higher level. Yeah. So if you're a results focused person, it depends on how you measure the results, and you should be reasonable. I think almost any kind of guide that's any text material that I've seen, they talk about big goals, but they also talk about small goals. There's achievable goals, and then there's the big audacious goal, right? So the big audacious goal, I learned this in business school too, by the way, but I knew this long before business school. So the big audacious goal is like your big thing that you're aiming for. That's what you're really aiming for. But then you have a lot of reasonable smaller goals on the way. And you got to understand the odds in life, right? What are the odds in life? That there's one winner. Even if you had 500 people, there's one winner. 499 have to not win all of it, right? So, but you can keep increasing your chances of winning, keep improving your performance, and keep fighting. And of course, when you're in that elite tier, now you have to push yourself to be the very, very best. But to talk about being the very, very best when you're not in contention to be that is not technically a reasonable goal. That's not really a reasonable expectation. It can be a surprise. It can be a flash in the pan or a well-earned victory. But it's not going to feel as good the week later if you're still, it's a wonderful feeling to have it. But that itself can't be the end, because if that is the end, then the only thing that could feel good maybe is to either always win after that, which is not reasonable, or to never play the game again and say I won when I tried, which is not fun either. That's not very satisfying. So your big audacious goals have to be like this thing that's hanging over you to keep pushing you till the day you die. But then you have these other big, huge things you want to get, right? and then you get these things that you, and then you have all these things on the way that you definitely can hold yourself accountable to. Those smaller wins definitely are things you could let yourself cry about and fight hard for. But it would be very entitled to be like crying if you're Roger Federer saying, I never got the Grand Slam in a single year. Right? That would be very weird if Roger Federer's life was depressing because he didn't get a Grand Slam in a single year. You know. And of course, you know, we got Novak Djokovic. And I think even he hasn't yet gotten the Grand Slam in a single year. But tell me if I'm wrong, because that'd be like the first time in like 50 years. No, more. So yeah. So again, just fighters just keep fighting. That's the truth. Fighters will keep fighting. Yeah, Shota and Hero back then. Man, you know Hero. I miss Hero so much, and I miss Shota too. I really missed him. I miss Rich also, you know. Rich and I, yeah. Anyways, Cruz brought up some old names that mean so much to me. So, mean so much to us. Yep. It looks like everybody supported this. Everyone was sharing their experience. And that's what's great about these conversations.
Ready, go!
Yeah, no, the players in the Akai leagues are getting so good so fast. I love it. I love that we're all the fighting variety too. We have people that force guesses. We have people that react.
Excellent.
We have a lot of different variety in the play. It's really fun. I love playing both the PC and the PlayStation. And I'm glad that Akai was able to play today. That was wonderful. Really wonderful. Yeah. I will say that we learned a lot from losing. Oh, okay, I didn't even notice that we were playing, so it's all good. That's pretty funny. I didn't know that we were in the league again. It's all good. It's fun though. I don't even know who half these people are. This is so cool though. All right, congratulations, Lob. I think Lob won over me, right? Congratulations, Lob. I'm just having too much fun chatting with you guys. I am gonna go soon, so I'm gonna raid, but because I am intending to do some work today, and then also I'm actually working on a build. I'm building a new lever, and it's been a lot of fun. But I'm also going to do actual work. So Springlog says, but surely analyzing your matches in detail is better than just playing constant matches and losing to the same setups. Yeah, no, definitely there's a give and take, right? There's a learning how, like, you got to do, I think you should do both, right? Playing is really important. So playing is 100% important. That one is hard to convince me that you can just like study and win, right? All right. Very nice. I like that. I like that very much. Very good. Good answers. I like the way Prodigy is playing. All right, Prodigy. Here we go. Very good. Come on, you can do it.
Time's up.
Good. All right.
Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout. Round 5. Ready, go!
Very good game, Prodigy. Very good game. Keep it up. Keep it up with your Leon. It was a lot of fun. There's some good stuff in there, so keep it up. Keep playing. Keep practicing, and
To train, eh?
very good stuff. Kusana, no problem. Yeah, it was good that you started the league battle, actually.
I won't go easy on you.
よろしゅうお頼申します
Round 1. Ready, go!
Yeah, I like what the Rock Reaper said. I argue processing the stuff you study as you play. So it's processing those setups and those details as you play develops your mental stack better, 100%. Then stopping to study, yes. But then studying later is good to reinforce it and to kind of work with that experience, you know. So I think there's a lot of like, when you're studying, let's say that you're using the front of your mind. I think it's important to understand that there is something to be said about instincts, but mostly about your subconscious. Your subconscious mind does a lot of stuff, and it does it very fast. So as you perform in sports, you kind of build a harmony with your subconscious and with your conscious. You're making choices, but your subconscious is reminding you of some experiences and giving you hints. And at some point, you manage it like an autopilot in a plane, where you still need the pilot, you still need active control, but there's a lot of things that autopilot will do to manage things with and for you. But it could be bad if you only left everything up to that. But if you're still overall steering the direction and steering where things go, it becomes there's a harmony between those.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Yep. Yeah, keep accomplishing those small goals. 2 masks, broke a ground throw. It's really important. It's a force 2 choice. Oh, it's a force 3 choice, right? There's sometimes it's not a guaranteed ground throw, but if sometimes you just have to like mash to get out of there, or like hit guard rapidly and move the stick and mash punch with it. Yeah. Ray's good. Hey Ray, I'm glad you're here. That'd be awesome. Yes, it's always amazing to be able to top it, Evo Vegas. I wish my wife didn't say no to Evo, but she had good reasons to say no. We'll see. We'll see if I can make the case by then, but it's not looking as likely. But I want to go to Evo. I really do. All right, Kusana, here we go. Kusana's been playing so great. You really are, Kusana.
Round one. Ready, go! My time is here!
Good.
Knockout! Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
Very good. Very good.
Knockout!
Very good.
Round four. Ready, go!
All right.
Round five. Ready, go!
Very good.
Knockout!
All right, good game, Kusana. Good. Hey, Space Time, I'm doing really, really good. Having a lot of fun with the matches today. Have some fun projects to work on and some work to do, but I'm good. Yeah, the wife's decision was not about the worried about gambling. She's not worried about me doing Vegas things, actually. It's just more about the whole household budget and trips that we have planned for later in the year and bills to pay, stuff like that. It's just more about those kinds of things. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to make a convincing budget. Nice card chart. That was good conversion. That was good. You got this.
Knockout!
Excellent round. Excellent round, card chart. All right, let's see if I can give card chart a hard time now.
Ready, go!
Excellent. I like that backdash, full backdash like that. Oh, such good choices.
Excellent!
Excellent. All right, card chart is gonna win this.
Round
Let's see.
three. Ready, go!
Good.
Knockout! Round four. Ready,
Very nice. That's it. Oh no, that was it. Good game. Good game, Karchai. That was fantastic. I love that. I thought you played that excellent. I thought you played it really, really good. Very good. That was a well-earned victory. Good game, Karchai. You did awesome. You did really, really awesome there. Let's see. How do you track the small goals in your progress? How do you know you're actually getting better? There's just so much things to improve on. I mean, so you just kind of just try to. This game is a game of lots of techniques. So you can keep adding technique. There's a lot of things. You can just feel like you're fighting a certain matchup better. If you watch a video, then you can be, oh, I want to use that combo in a match. You can. There's a lot of different ways to have little things that you can work on. There's so many projects you can give yourself. Now, those are the small victories, at least for me. So, yeah, happy wife, happy life. Yeah. Yep. Sorting bad advice and good advice is a skill. Alright. Hey, MF Diva, let's see how you do. Very nice. I like that you're mixing in throws with attacks. And you're working on those skills. If you can get, yeah, and eventually you'll get that rising elbow and the hit throw.
Round two. Ready, go! Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
Very nice.
Knockout!
Excellent. I like that low throw. I like this 3P and... Nope, that was just throw. I like that.
Ready, go!
Very good. Look at that. You got this.
Knockout!
Good game. Good game. I like this. I accidentally hit down here, which was good. Good game, Eva. That was a lot of fun. Oh, thanks for the compliment, Syrup. I appreciate it. All right, here we go, Blair. Let's do this. Oh, I like that. That's a duck and punish. That is a duck and punish. Very good. Very good, Blair. All right, here we go. I like the way Blair's playing. I like that twist too. Wait, I forgot you can't Sabaki that. So.
Forgot to train, eh?
I really like I like a lot of what James Chen has to say a lot of the time, actually. Really enjoy it. And I'm really happy that I got to actually meet James Chen finally. So, because we're not in overlapping circles, but just when they were in Portland, so it was really great. But the funny thing was when I first saw James Chen, I was like, who's that person that looks like James Chen? Very good.
Round two. Ready, go!
Thought I got the evade there.
Knockout. Round three. Ready, go!
Very good. Very good, 2Mas. Alright. So now I'm gonna invade your space. Let's see how you deal with invasion of space. I like that. I like that too. Very good. Catch throws are really good because I can't just escape them. Can't do throw escape on reaction. I have to attack or duck. Very good. Use the low throw. Alright, here we go. 2Mas. Take this round. Try to take this round. Alright, we got it. That was guaranteed. So once I got that counter hit on that fadeaway punch, then I got the guaranteed. The rest was guaranteed. No, James is really cool. James Chen is really cool. I'm just glad we got to have real good conversations and stuff. Leon Carey. Yeah, Leon is the king of ring outs. Kage is, except it's only about Kage has to crush or throw to ring out like that. Leon can do a lot of things to ring out. Eileen too, but Leon has a little more. Alright, Lilac, you got this. Very good. Oh, it's good.
Round 2. Ready, go! Round 3. Ready, go!
Very good. Very nice. Very nice.
Round 4.
The room is still open, yeah. Alright, good game, Lilac. Really good stuff there. We got to work on different interactions. Good game.
I want a serious fight.
Oh, no problem, Two Master. You were doing great. So, alright. Alright. Good games, everyone. Alright, look at all that. Congratulations, Blurring, on that awesome victory. Alright. That was a lot of fun. Thank you all so very much. I'm gonna head out. We're gonna do a we're gonna go ahead and raid someone. I'm not sure if Blurring is gonna still be streaming, but if they are, that would be great. Let's see who else we got. Okay, so if opponent evades after your evade and you throw to beat their evade, will the throw be a side turn throw? Actually, I think it's actually be a normal throw in that case. I think it'll turn into a normal throw in that case. Yeah. Hey Guibert, yeah, sorry that I'm not sticking around. I got some stuff to work on. Thank you. So, you'll have to test the situation out itself, but most likely no. Usually you get side throw if you're to their side and a good amount of advantage. But so evades your evade. After you evade. So okay, so you evaded and then you attacked. They evaded. No, you're definitely gonna get a normal throw situation because it's not like you evaded their attack and throw. In this case, they evaded you, so you're the one that's in side turn. So your throw is gonna be normal. They're not the one in side turn. Yeah, sorry. I had to like go back in my head about what that situation exactly was. Yeah, you'll be doing a normal throw because you're the one that's coming out of side turn, not them. But Guibert, I appreciate everybody support Guibert. Add Guibert on your Twitch as well because Guibert does do some events sometimes that have been like definitely follow their activities on the Discord. But also their region's doing pretty good on VF, I think. Every region always will feel like it can do better, 100%, but I think their region's doing pretty great. So yeah. But Guibert, thanks for everything you do. I really love this community, and I especially love any level of productivity in the community has just been pretty awesome. We just have really cool people. Everybody has just been supportive in their way. Yeah, Callie is a funny thing because the personalities, right? And it takes somebody like you, Guibert, to take the initiative and do things. Everybody talks about it, but it can be hard to get it done. So I think you're doing amazing. You really are. And I love and you're in like one of the strongest regions, low key. It's just that everybody in that region is a quiet person online. But keep it up. And keep the group up, keep like the discussion going. It's important. I had to do that with the Northwest as well for a while. But also Rayblade too. They did a lot for the Northwest and for Hawaii. It just always takes somebody to have like initiative, and it's awesome that you guys have a venue too. Yeah. Public venues are really important. It can be hard in a fighting game community if you try to use a house. If you try to use someone's personal space, that is actually hard, because implied in that is any conflict that person has is going to affect the scene. And some people will not feel comfortable going to someone's house. A public venue is super important, in my opinion, for a thriving scene. But I'm glad you guys got Magitech. I'm sorry to hear, Raid, about losing the venue. I am. I see. That's really too bad. That's really, really too bad. You know that I'm supportive of the popular games doing well. You know that I'm supportive of any game that can do well to do well. I do honestly want Tekken, Street Fighter to do well. I really want City of the Wolves to do well. And I want Guilty Gear to do well. I don't have to play the games, but I do like them. But I don't have to play the games, but them doing well helps me. Them doing well helps the scene overall. It brings more people. You know, some people are not ready to try a new game yet, but some people are, and some people will be later. So it's a patient process. But at the same time, you should also, I mean, players like me, if I have more time, at least when I was young, I would play everything else. Nowadays, I don't play everything else as much because I'm just an old man. But I'm really glad that the young generation is playing everything. I think it's really important. So the old man gets to be a little bit of a hypocrite in the present day. But as long as the new generation is supporting each other's games, supporting a positive relationship in the community, I think it's really huge. I see. Well, keep it up, Ray, and thank you for your hard work. Thank you and Ka for both your hard work. But I know for you, you're footing the bill on a lot of equipment. I know you talk to the venue staff. You talk to all parties. I know that you're talking to the players and you're talking to the venues. So you're doing so much. And, you know, even if I'm not there, I appreciate that effort. But I know a lot of people there really appreciate that effort. Like, Hawaii fighting game community is on the map. It's a really active community. It's a lot of communities are jealous of what Hawaii has, so it does suck for now for losing the venue. That the venue is not going to be there as much. That venue looks sick, but I'm looking forward to what you guys do in the future because I believe in you guys because you've always proven it. You've always come through. Yeah, it's a bowling night's good. I know you do all the negotiations and discussions, and I know you're doing a lot of what it takes. You're also bringing all the equipment, which is the equipment you have is super impressive. It's mind-blowingly impressive, but it's also it shows your determination and will, and it's really appreciated. I don't think the core FGC is zero sum. I do think some influencers enjoy putting it through that lens, or like, you know, going through narratives in that lens. But I don't think I don't know. I have a positive experience with all of the fighting game community, though, so. But some people do treat it as zero sum. But I would say most people that I've met in real life do not. They might not have the interest in your game, but they have the interest in their game, and they also, I think, usually they appreciate that. You know, I get a lot of people that don't play VF, but they do talk to me and they like to see me in the scene, and I'm not doing the hard work. Right now in this current generation, Panda is doing a lot of the legwork. I'm just kind of making an appearance. I'm using my old name, you know. And I'm playing, and I'm giving advice, and I'm having good conversations, but Panda's doing a lot of the work these days. And also the player Tech Runners doing a lot of work, and old timer like me, Hellsap, still doing a lot of work. And then, but then we also have a nice voice with like Ebonic Plague, still being a really nice voice for a lot of things. So, yeah. We're really lucky. All right. So Blurring still in a room, still playing. So we're gonna raid Blurring. Totally the person I do want. So everyone, thank you very, very much. I had a great time with you all. This chat was so much fun. So much fun that you guys saw me not play a game in that last league battle, because I was just enjoying getting on my soapbox. All right, so Blurring, 100%. Yeah. I like that MF Diva's in it. Shoutouts to MF Diva. Feel free to follow them. They're supporting VF on Twitch. Please support people that support VF on Twitch. But we're going to start the raid at Blurring. Oh, thank you so much, Springlocks. Springlocks, it's been a real pleasure having you in this channel. I love the questions. I love all the questions. Thank you so much. Thanks for letting me take so long to answer questions. But again, these advice is just advice. If it helps you, I'm really happy. But if you feel you find a better way or it's not you, that's okay. But we had the conversation. The conversation was good. So, yeah. Advice is just advice, but shared experience is also shared experience. All right, take care, Gleaver. Thank you. And thank you for everything too. All right, cheers. Everyone say hi again to Blurring and have a wonderful time.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout.
I want to give a huge thanks again to XTN for the subscription. It means so much to me. It really helps a lot. I have been keeping track of Twitch revenue and using it to buy equipment upgrades or stuff that's going to help the stream. So it's been really great. And I do want to stream more. I've been very busy, but I hope I can get to a place that's more stable so I can do that. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much. You have a good one. And take care.
覚悟はできてますの？